No need to fight over it, guys.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Squirrel and Hensley podcast tonight. This is myself, Squirrel, and the other guy I'm pointing to, Hensley. And then the guy to that guy is Geeked Up Paranormal. We all are also going to be joined by Through the Veil Paranormal whenever she gets on here somewhere. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. And yeah, hello. You know. So just wanted to come on here and hope everybody's having a great night. And we're going to get right into this. So Geeked Up, just going to ask you a few questions. This is what we usually do. Start by telling us who you are and where you're from and about your channel and what you do. Take it away.
I'm Geeked Up. This is Geeked Up Paranormal. I'm Brandon. Me and my wife are into paranormal things, so we like to investigate it, and that's pretty much what we do. I mean, we like doing investigations on the paranormal. We do a little bit of randonautica. We're trying to do the urban explorations, but it seems like everybody's got trespass signs on everything.
That's true.
And
yeah,
I'm from Kentucky, and
okay, cool.
I don't want to trespass on anybody's property.
Right.
Might get a shotgun took it to me.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So I'm from Ohio, so you're not too far from me, probably.
No, when you said you was like 30 minutes away from
Bobby Mackey's,
that told me like you're about an hour away from me.
Awesome.
I live in Southwest Virginia. I'm an hour outside Bristol, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives way out there in the boonies.
I live literally in the sticks.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that's where I've lived my whole life. So,
well, I can't say the same about Louisville. I just grew up here, moved out, and came back.
Oh, so okay. You're from Louisville, so you're 2 hours away from me.
It depends on who's driving.
That's true.
Who's driving?
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Because I could make it down there in like an hour and 50 or 40 minutes, maybe.
And that's with you going like, what, 100?
Maybe 75, 80.
Oh, that's slow.
Yeah, that's slow. Come on, man.
I mean, I could go faster than that, but I can't afford no more tickets.
Yeah, you can.
You won't get a ticket if you don't stop.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're going to get more than a ticket.
I'm like to see him going down the road, this little RS. That little RSX he's got.
Yeah, I used to come down in Louisville all the time for work.
For what though?
I used to work on the steamboats, like y'all got the Belle of Louisville. I worked on the Belle of Cincinnati. And we used to come down there for the steamboat races.
Yeah. I've never been to the steamboat races, but I've seen them on the TV.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I've also never been on a steamboat either, which I'm surprised by that because I always want to go on one.
Yeah. I got burned out on them.
Yeah, that's a little ironic. You got burned out on steamboats.
Yeah. I mean, when you're
Because
on
they're hot.
Oh, yeah. We used to take them all the way down to West Virginia and it's crap. So we would stay on the boat for weeks at a time. It's like, man, nah, I can't do
it. Yeah, like Point Pleasant.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Point Pleasant. Oh, I wonder what happened. We lost him. No.
We lost him.
This would be a good time to. Hello, David. Hello, Boston actress. Hello, Kill Hut. So yeah,
okay, we got him back.
Okay, did we? Awesome.
Yeah, he's back.
I don't even know what happened.
I was like, oh, he left us.
No, he's probably like, we don't like him no more. No, we don't like him no more. He's just like, nope, fuck these guys. Nope, bye-bye.
trying to get more people to come in.
Yeah, yeah. Indeed.
I've shared it to Twitter and my Facebook. I'm probably gonna start doing it to all the other platforms. See if we can get more people.
So, what are some of the investigations you've been on so far?
Say again. What was that question?
Just what are some of the tell us about what some of your investigations? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with my first investigation. I haven't really been on a lot. Probably maybe like 10 or less.
Okay.
And this is why. Yeah. And my first investigation is why I have not really been on a lot of investigations. So this was in 2019. Me and my wife decided because I just bought my first paranormal equipment, which was like a spirit box, an EMF meter, and a voice recorder, and had a camera. So I was like, let's go to the cemetery up here and film. And I thought the cemetery was going to just be peaceful spirits. And pretty much we was filming. I didn't think we was getting anything. And then this figure starts coming towards us. It was 7 foot tall, darker than night. You couldn't even pretty much imagine a very dark room, right? It was darker than that. So that's how we seen it coming towards us. And I was hollering at it, telling it to not, stop right there. If you need anything, I can help you. Because I thought it might have been a homeless guy. And it just kept coming towards us. And man, I don't know how to explain it. It was just it happened all so fast too. I was hollering at it to stop, quit coming towards us, and told my wife to take off to the car. And I kept the keys on me like a dummy. I should have gave her the keys. So when she started taking off, this 7 foot tall dark figure started running towards us. And it wasn't like a sprint run. It was just pretty much. My camera went off. It was like a smooth glide. Yeah. And it just kept coming at us. And so then I started taking off to the car. As soon as I got in the car, I turned it on and I went. And on the way to the car, I dropped some things. So I went across the street to this mall area, but it wasn't a mall. It was like a strip mall or something like that. And then 2 minutes. I calmed down in 2 minutes. I was like, I gotta go back and grab my stuff. Hopefully they didn't pick it up. We go back. We're shining lights through the whole cemetery, everything, and we didn't see anything. Nothing came towards us at that, and it freaked us out. And then every time we think about it more and more and more, it just I don't know how to say it. It freaks me out, and if it was somebody that was homeless, not listening to the commands I was saying, you know what I'm saying, then they was probably coming to harm us. And I don't want to go investigating places and somebody come up on us and try to harm us. And then if that wasn't a homeless person, then that had been something very demonic. Because it felt aggressive. It came like it glided probably about 75 yards within a matter of seconds. I mean, I don't think an NFL player can move that like 75 yards within like 2 seconds. So like
No.
that that was my first investigation. So after that, it was probably about a year before I started to try and investigate again. And I went with a buddy of mine and his little brother. We went to they call it Gates of Hell or Hell's Gates, Casey Cemetery in Hardin County. And the Iron Gates are no longer around that old cemetery. But we went there and investigated, but we didn't really capture much. The EVP saying get out of here. They played the Ouija board. It spelled his little brother's name, and they quit playing it. Oh, we did
Oh,
do the
Lord.
spirit box and get my name and his name through the spirit box. And when that happened, we turned it off because it was my second investigation. I didn't know what to think of it, and it kind of freaked us out. And I mean, I've been
Right.
doing research since I was probably like 13 on the paranormal. Just never really went and investigated. And I don't know when I'm like all my knowledge goes out the door when I'm investigating because I'm so worried about my safety and the people around me safety. I don't want something attaching itself and causing harm. And then
Right.
after that, I've been doing like other cemeteries that have hauntings and a haunted doll investigation, which I have two of them. I didn't I didn't think one of them was going to be haunted. I found it randonauticing, and it ended up being haunted. I used my SLS camera on it, and the figures popped up. Uh, then the other doll I knew kind of was haunted because it moved downstairs, like on our downstairs. I had it in a container. It came out of the container, and we found it on the shelf with this baseball that was no longer in the container with it. So we think it likes this baseball. So we put that and the baseball up on a different shelf, and we leave for the weekend, come back home, and it went from being about like 4 feet on a shelf to all the way up in the ceiling, looking down on us. Then that kind of scared the heebie-jeebies out of me. Then
Yeah, I would say so.
that's pretty much what we've been doing.
Cool.
Welcome, Vale.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, welcome, Vale.
Sorry, I'm late. I thought you meant like 7:55 my time. I don't know what happened there, but okay.
That's okay.
It's
How are you doing?
7:55 everywhere.
Right?
Yeah, you made it.
I'm here.
Are you doing good today?
I'm good. I got it almost down. Everything's cool.
There you go. That's all that matters.
She's been a busy woman.
Yeah.
I would say so. Agreed. Very, very much so.
So we know, Vale, you ain't got no investigations coming up, right?
No, not until I get there. But I did put out
Yeah.
a new video that is really weird. The EVPs disappear, but they will come back.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can you describe that for me?
Whenever you are listening to it, like on your laptop or on like a tablet or a phone, you cannot hear the EVPs. When you put them on your headphones, you can hear them very clearly. I mean, clear enough that you should be able to hear them on your laptop or on any other device. But as soon as you unplug, it's like there's nothing there. There's no static. There's no sign. It's just nothing. But every once in a while, I've had two people say, "Well, I just listened to it on my tablet and I try to go back, but then I heard them again." I'm like, okay, that's really weird. So,
Right.
Is that on the video you just posted from the Suture House?
on the Sugar House, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some of that, then I got distracted, had to go run to do something.
Yeah, pretty cool because there's two people that we catch talking. I thought it was like two little kids, but I guess it's a kid and an adult. But they actually are speaking in French. I ran it by Dom and Bomber also commented on it and a few other people. But they are speaking French and they're talking about animals or something. And then they also say is Nicole supposed to be doing that? So I guess they're upset that I'm packing the stuff up. I don't know,
Oh yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah,
That is weird.
indeed.
That's very
Yeah.
weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's as bad as going to Moundsville and losing footages.
Hmm. It's been weird
Yeah.
around here. I
Yeah,
think
because let's say I lost 2 30-minute footages from Moundsville.
I lost a half the night in my head. I don't know what happened, but anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, Corey, I know you ain't met Belle yet, but like we was at Moundsville. She got possessed or something, and she looked at me and she scared the shit out of me. I was like, nope, I'll stay over this way.
I thought it was cool at the end of the video. You can actually watch my eyes go from blue to green to black and brown. They were just changing right there in front of you.
Yeah, like you seen it on camera. Like when you looked at me, your eyes was black. I was like, nope, that's not Vale.
Ooh, no.
Like, that's not her. I'm staying
She
over this
went-
side.
Vale went to the danger zone.
I
Yeah.
don't know where Vale went, but
Vale went to the danger zone.
Hold on. The question is Belle actually back? Are we talking to Belle?
yeah.
Yeah, she's-
Okay.
Yeah, that's very much true. It could,
Well, she
possess
was fine
Vale.
after like we left there.
Yeah, of course.
It's just that place is really crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot that went on. I mean, something happened down there in, I guess it was J Block. I think where we were at. Whatever happened down there messed with me the whole rest of the. I don't know. I was just wow. I was on Paranormal Underworld for running off and leaving me, and he wasn't even leaving me. I don't remember Haley giving me aspirin because I had a horrible headache. Well, yeah, I had a headache because someone else was in there, but I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, because I remember you came into where our substation was, and you was going off on Jack's like, "You left me." He's like, I did not leave you. You left me.
I'm
But
sorry.
That's the same place where I got choked at was in the J Block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
I tell you what, man. When we was at, I don't know what it was, but both Fairfield and Twin City Opera House, like I felt like this is how I felt my head around me, which was like this the whole entire time. It almost felt like somebody was just taking their two hands and shoving my head down into my shoulder. The whole entire time, man. Like I don't know, like I could feel like energy was just bouncing off of me the whole time.
When we was at the Opera House, I felt comfortable. I didn't feel nothing bad. Like I could have slept all night there.
Like when we was up in the records room, that's where I felt the most. That's where I felt that one guy that they was talking about. Shoot, what was his
not Charlie.
Kurt. No, not Charlie. It was the one that Curtis went up through there. And it was asking him about, it was asking for him by name.
Yeah, she left me, LOL. Somebody said, question to all, do ghosts or spirits realize they are dead? All of your opinions would be cool. Some of them, I don't think they do know.
I think it's 50-50. I think some of them do, some of them don't.
Yeah.
I think it all happens. It depends on if it's like quickly, they're like lost and confused. A lot of them don't know. Like a few of them I have here, they pretty much know. They can tell you how they got here. But yeah, it's 50-50.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say 50.
I think it all depends, and this is just my opinion, but I believe that it could be on how quick their death really was. Their death could have been so quick that they didn't even know that they were dead. to
Right.
begin with. So
That's what Vale just said, Corey.
oh, was it? I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's all
God,
right.
I'm not with it today. Just excuse me. Like I tell people all the time, I'm the redheaded stepchild that no one likes. Just put me in my corner, leave me alone, and tell me when you need me. Okay, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times we don't ever ask the question, "When did you die?" Because a lot of them don't know, and then
Oh, yeah.
sometimes that creates a whole bunch of chaos. Because then now they're scared and confused, and then yeah, you could have a lot going on. So yeah, it's best never ask unless they tell you, "Hey, I died in 1953."
Mhm.
Yeah, it's better to let them figure it out for themselves.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But I mean, like with spirits, you gotta treat them like they're alive
Mhm.
and like they're fragile, like little kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I speak to her just like they're somebody else. That's just like me. I mean, I just like, "Hey, how you doing?"
All right,
And believe me, she
just
really
talk to
does.
them like normal.
Like I've been on 2 investigations with Vale, and I know she really does. We was at Bobby Mackey's, and she walked to this wall and she goes, "Hey," I was like, "Who's she talking to?" And she's like, "Oh, by the way, there's
Did
two
you forget
spirits
where
in
y'all
here."
went?
But that was
Oh,
that was the
good.
first time we actually investigated together. Is at Bobby Mackey's, so
Mhm.
it was like it knew filling her out. No, I mean, and then we had some other guy. What is it? Said he was psychic or medium. Yeah,
Mhm.
he was bullshit.
Yeah. He kept asking me what I was seeing, what I heard, and I'm like, "Well, what do you hear? Let's bounce off of each other." But he never would give
Yeah,
me any info to bounce off, and I'm like, "Okay,
I
Whatever.
mean,
yeah."
I don't know if
There's
Geeked
Yeah.
Up knows
there's a lot of fakes
knows.
out there.
Yeah, I don't know if Geeked Up knows about Vale, like her abilities.
I'm weird.
See, I don't know if you call yourself psychic medium or what do you call yourself,
Well,
Vale?
over the years, I had to look it up. So I still call myself a self proclaimed psychic medium. I mean, I don't know what you call it because I do such a variety of things. I
Yeah,
see them just like I see people. Everybody, some of y'all know that. So I'll walk around them or I'll introduce myself or talk to them just like I'm talking to you. I see you, I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Don't mind me. But
That's fine.
or
Right.
or I could touch the walls of a building and I could see like past events and what happened there, which helps me on an investigation saying, well, this used to be such and such. Or I could take an item from a place and touch it if it belonged to somebody and tell you who it belonged to. It's just, or sometimes I just get premonitions of, like a movie in my head or just an off, thought, well, this is what happened here. And usually I'm pretty on the money. I don't,
hmm
Well,
right.
Vale, I wanted to ask you a question,
okay,
and question has been running in through my mind the whole time
okay.
because and shoot, Hensley can vouch for me because when we was in the audience section up in the opera house,
Like,
I had gotten this image in my head of a man in like a cream colored suit, white t-shirt, white shirt with a black bow tie
Hmm.
and a hat that had the brim that went all the way around.
Hmm.
And I had the in that image in my head, I watched him walk down the aisle, sit in the seat, and light a cigarette.
Hmm.
And then at the same time, he was I'd seen a woman standing up on the stage there, singing, like she's on stage. She was in a silver or gray, dress, you know.
Hmm.
So I couldn't. And then what was interesting, what verified that for me was I actually told that to the person that was doing the paranormal stuff, and she said that I had uh, immediately described Everett, which was what was she was saying that Hensley? What was the title?
He was an usher.
Usher. Yeah, I picked up on that out of the blue. It was so weird. I could not understand. Like and to this day, that image is still fresh in my mind.
Yeah, that's amazing when that happens.
Yeah, but I couldn't understand like why, why I was picking up on these things.
Well, it's either one of two things. You do have a gift that you are not aware, or number two, this Everett either passed into you only for a brief moment to give you a glimpse into something that you needed to know.
Well, and that was weird too. Speaking of which, was I had right after that, I kept getting the name Elizabeth popping in my head, and I didn't know, but that was Victoria, right?
Hensley? Yeah, Elizabeth was Victoria's daughter that was up in the catwalk.
Yeah, and I had no idea that was her name. So that was another thing.
Yeah, like I said,
I don't know.
Yeah, either you got, like I said, you got some kind of little gift there that, gives you that psychic intuition, kind of like what I do. Or, like I said, he could have passed in just for a minute to let you know something or try to tell you something, and you just didn't pick up on all of it at once.
I need to talk to you when you're done.
Right. Well, like when we was in Fairfield, I kept getting this. Like there was one of the bathrooms. If you remember Hensley, it was the bathroom where they said, I think it was the women's bathroom. Was it on the second floor, or is that on the first floor? First or second floor, wasn't it?
I think it's the second floor.
I think it was the second floor, but when we walked in there, I had seen the bathtub. There was a bathtub in the very far back, but I had caught the glimpse.
That was third floor. That was the third floor. That was the men's bathroom.
Third floor? Okay, yeah. But I had caught in the glimpse the suicide.
That's the one Boots got scratched in.
The same one?
Yeah.
The women's bathroom?
It was the men's.
No, there was another one there was the other women's bathroom where she said that they committed suicide in.
Oh, well, I didn't go to that bathroom, so.
Okay. Well, there was one bathroom that had the bathtub in the very back, and I distinctly had an image just pop in my head that had a woman laying there like this, with the arms, out and just blood everywhere. So that was another one. So, yeah, like I said,
you might have a
I have no idea
in there.
Yeah, I guess. But like I've noticed like of some of these places like I'll get like flashbacks in like a flashback of what it used to look like, or I could imagine how how the place looked back in the day or whatever. But what really verified it for me was when I described Everett to that woman, and she's like, "Oh my God, you described Everett."
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah, I like when those come across and gives you validation. You're just like, "Yep, I'm not crazy."
Yeah, but it freaked me out. Like it really freaked me out
because you don't know about your abilities. You're just learning it too. Because when Boots first figured his out, he was kind of freaked out himself.
I don't know, man, but it was just like I said, it was weird.
Yeah, see, I don't get to see none of that good stuff.
Sometimes you don't want to. Trust me.
If I don't get it on camera, I don't see it.
I had a video.
That's why I hang around with people that does, so they can tell me like, "Hey, this guy's right here."
I've had a medium tell me once that anybody could be a medium almost. They just have to find the way to tap into it. Is that necessarily true, or because we're all made up of energy, and
Right.
we all feel sorts of different types of energy, and we can tell if something's really bad or good. And a lot of people say they're empath and mediums just because of that. But I feel like it's more than just that. You're gonna have to you'll have to communicate with them, know what they're saying or doing, if they're what I'm saying, and what they are.
Right. Everybody has what I call your little gut intuition, which I mean that should be a beginning for anybody. And some people don't have that. I mean, you'd be surprised how many people do not have standard.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't, but
Right.
Or they feel that, but they're like, forget it, let's keep moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, I was always, told that you have to be born with it. But the more that I'm around people, and especially like with Paranormal Underworld, he can hear them, and he'll always say, I don't have any abilities, but sometimes he hears better than I do on some things. And I've noticed as he's worked with it, he's spotted a few spirits moving about. So I think if people actually work on it and work with the energy that's within ourselves, I think, we just all have levels of what we can and cannot do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that everybody's got a certain gift of some type hidden within that we don't know about. So certain gift. I believe that everybody's got something that they don't know about.
If that's the case, then I need to find what mine is, because I don't have nothing.
See, you might be that one person. Do you have a gut instinct?
No, I don't.
See?
Yeah.
I go in, and then if something bad happens, and I'm like, okay, I won't be back here.
I might run away when that happens, but I try to come back.
Yeah.
So it's like literal black and white. Like, nope. They gonna work today.
I've only ran from one location, and that was a place up here in Ohio called Satan's Hollow. And that's because there was something evil about that place, and something chased me. And my fat butt went running and sliding under trees. And I looked at my son like, nope, I will not come back here again. And I have not been back there.
What was you Speedy Gonzalez out that place?
Dude, I was gone. and then my son Boots is like, oh yeah, Dad, I forgot to tell you that there was a spirit standing right next to you the whole time. Like, you didn't tell me before I went in.
Right. This is what we have you for, to tell us that.
I should have known.
Come on.
Towards the tunnel. He stayed by the tree.
Oh, is that where they took that picture? You took that picture of Haley, and then in the back was that like spirit just standing there, like what?
The woman, yeah.
Yeah, that freaked me out, bro.
That was actually it was called Crybaby Bridge or Tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about, Haley wasn't even there. Boots wasn't even with Haley.
Yeah, you have to watch Boots. I have figured out his tick. He'll stand back and he will smirk. So if you see him smirking, you know something is up.
That's good to know if I ever meet him.
Thanks for letting me know that, because
I
was wondering, because he was like stood like, I swear to God, he was about 100 feet away from the tunnel. He's like, all right, I'm standing right here. I'm not gonna go no farther. It's like, oh, you little pussy, come on. Like, nope.
Well, see what happened after that.
He's like, I see what you're fixing to run into.
Like, I'm going by myself. And then that happened again. I looked at him and goes, yeah, that's standing right beside you. I was like, you little asshole.
See, that's
like, you're supposed to help me.
See, that's something I could honestly see you doing. Like, I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Oh my god.
That's my kid. Jack said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
now I know what to look for."
Hmm. It's like, nope, you're smiling. I'm not going in there.
That reminds me of my brother and my dad. When something's about to happen, they'll get that. Sorry for cussing ahead of time. That shit-eating grin, as people call it,
Mhm.
and that's when I know something's up or about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back to all my videos and look and see if he's been in there with them shitting grins. Little asshole.
This is like you're gonna be on the phone with him like for like 5 hours straight. And like, what happened here?
He's up in Columbus right now. So somebody said I have
Again?
capabilities. I see things, smell things, read people, and lock it away because it frightens me to death. I'm kind of glad I don't do what she has.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I had something like that, but then sometimes I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, the ability to read people is awesome. You know who to steer clear of.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
See,
I get that a lot on some. I mean, some people it's just, ugh, I don't like the feel. I don't like that vibe that people give off. Man, it's so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's just messed up.
No, I do feel
Like-
I kind of if I'm around certain people and they got like I can feel like if they're a good person or not. You know what I mean? Like I can tell.
It's all about our energies, man. We feel each other's energy.
Like I can feel if they're evil or something's not right with them. Because then I kind of like to stay away from that person. Like, no, I can't associate with you.
See, you got a little gut intuition.
Yeah, there you go.
When it comes to
You
haunted
have
places,
something you didn't even know.
I don't care. I don't care. I just go like shoot.
I don't know if that's intuition or just having a brain, though.
Or maybe not having a. Maybe it's called not having a brain.
Hey, he's the Tin Man.
Yeah.
Ainsley's the Tin Man.
I thought he didn't have a heart. I'm the scarecrow.
No,
Scarecrow.
wait.
The scarecrow didn't have a brain.
Who was it?
The
Scarecrow?
scarecrow. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was the Tin Man.
No, Tin Man didn't have a heart.
Yeah. Man, it's been
Well,
years
you
since
might
I
not
watched
have
that
one of
movie.
them either.
You sure you're not the Saturday Lion?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I am when something bad happens. Right? Nope.
Right now, I need to put you in a lion suit and watch your tail twitch when you're running.
No,
See,
I think it should be that pink bunny suit from A Christmas Story.
nah, well, I'm good on that.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll pass on that one. I wear the lion
You pass
suit,
on that one?
not the pink bunny suit.
Not that one, huh?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna buy me that pink bunny suit, but I can't find one my size.
Oh, goodness.
Oh
I mean, it
god.
would have been funny if Boots was recording that day when I went sliding underneath that tree because that would have been an awesome video. He
That would
probably
have
got
been
a lot
viral.
of views on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, I agree, Bill, on that. That would have went
my-
viral.
My big old self just sliding under a tree like shoot.
That-
Because I had to edit a whole home run. Score.
he went from looking like a human to like a ghost.
Yeah. That would have been
He's
amazing.
going in there.
I told Boots we need to do we need to do a blooper reel of all our videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be
Oh
awesome.
god.
Do a behind the scenes footage.
Yeah, we're going to start doing those.
That would be so cool.
I always wanted to do that, but I feel like I don't know, just putting up the raw video of it because that's truly behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm not really good at editing.
Well, like a lot of the stuff that we've been filming is pretty much unedited to. I mean, it is edited to an extent, but it's not like heavy.
I don't edit my videos.
Yeah, when I say edit it, I'm talking about like clips cut out and whatnot. I ain't talking about edited
Right. Yeah.
like we're putting stuff on the video, faking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like cutting out clips. I stink at that too. I stink at everything.
Well, like we don't like the only thing we edit it for is to like, get it down to like 30 minutes, and then we also do, or sometimes like we just do it just to put like if we run a spirit box, we'll put like what it says or what we think it says on the screen.
Yeah.
That's pretty much about it,
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about when editing.
Right. Yeah.
See, I don't do none of that because I don't know how to do all that. Like, my son just learned how to do that, so I might send him my footage and say, "Here, edit these."
Only if I had a son to do that.
I'm fixed to be closer, so you're going to learn.
Hey, is this going to put you through editing boot camp there?
Hey, I'm cool with that. I am cool with that.
Through the Veils editing boot camp.
Yeah.
Now available.
She's teaching me stuff, and then she's got to teach Boots how to control his abilities. Because I'm really tired of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely needs help with that.
Well,
definitely.
I have to have parental permission, but now he's old enough. I don't guess I have to, but he's going to go through it the right way. He is going to do what my grandmother done to me when I was 14. He's going to go on a legitimate spirit walk, and he's going to face his fears. He's going to learn to control them. So he might be down for a couple days.
Hey, I don't care as long as that helps you.
Yeah.
Like him going in and like that infirmary, as bad as he got attacked there, I was like, nope, I am done with this. Like I told him, I was like, I ain't bringing on no more investigations.
No, like I mean, it was so bad because it didn't even look like somebody scratched him. It looked like his back like he'd been attacked by a bear, like he'd been mauled. Like it was there, a lot of it. I mean, it got to where Hensley was just mad. I mean, he was furious, fuming mad.
Mm-hmm. And see, that feeds all the energies too. And him being such a beacon, it's like me whenever I go in someplace, and it's not, I'm not being dissociable with you, or I'm trying to be an a-hole, let's say. I just have to put my own self in this bubble and kind of ignore everybody's energies and what everybody else is doing to protect myself. And he's going to have to learn how to do that. He's going to have to let everybody else scream and holler.
But I also found out when he went into the infirmary, or while he was in the infirmary, he kind of got pissed off at Haley, and I think that didn't help him much.
Mm-hmm.
And also when we went to the opera house, he was pissed off at Haley for something.
Yeah,
so,
he's got to learn to control a lot of things. It's hard. It's not easy by no means, because you got to pretty much shut yourself down. I mean,
you kind of almost got to disconnect from it all, but still be there.
Yeah, you got to become almost like a sociopath. I mean, you got to have no feelings toward anything.
Yeah.
I feel like. Sorry, you go ahead.
We went to Bobby Mackey's on Sunday, and I told them both before we even got there, like, I don't want no fighting. I don't want you to be pissed off when we go in here. And nothing happened to him. He was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like almost like when I go to like a place and I feel like very aggressive, bad energy, and my gut's telling me to go, but I'm staying. I kind of disconnect from it all, so I don't feel that energy, and hopefully, so it don't attach itself to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like at work, when I go down to one of the like main mech rooms, I feel like when I go down through there, there's somebody there. Like when I go, because every night or so, every night at least twice I have to do like a check of everything.
Yeah.
And like there was one time, I'm not kidding you, I felt somebody literally just come straight up to my face. Like I felt them there, but I didn't see them. You know what I mean? Like I knew they were there. Like I could feel it. And so like now it's like I have to tell people like every time I go in there, I'm like, just like, hey, I'm here just to check on everything. I'll get out of your hair and then I'll kind of shimmy out the door. You know what I mean? And that's about it.
Yeah. That's where you have to be with them sometimes. It's just, address them and say, hey, how you doing? Gotta go. Yeah.
Right. I mean, like they just kind of like the other day, like it was so weird because like you could hear them like literally banging on stuff. Like I think they were trying to work on something. Like I was like, you working today, ain't you? Like
either that or they're trying to get your attention.
Well, well, that's the thing is I'm pretty thorough when I do check, and I didn't see anything, wrong. I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary or something bad about to happen. So I was just like, that's cool. I think you're just working.
Was anything broke at the time when you heard the banging? And did something get fixed after you went back up?
Honestly, I think no. It just sounded like somebody was just banging on a pipe. It was just taking like a hammer and just went, just banging on a pipe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it kind of sounded like to me. So
I'm still working.
Maybe it was a maintenance guy there before he passed, and he was working on a pipe in that room.
I don't know, but I do know that the morgue is on the first floor, so it could have been somebody that has mechanical skills in the past. Could have been working on something. I don't know, but like I'll feel them walk behind me as I'm doing my check. Because I can feel how far away they are from me. And I'll just keep talking as I'm going.
My question to you, Corey, is you're a paranormal investigator. Why did you pull out your phone and record this?
Well, the thing is all you would hear would be really, really loud stuff happen. Like really, really loud.
But you would catch it on the video.
I'm guessing this was like a warehouse or something?
No, this is I work at a hospital.
Okay. So, I mean, even with like hospitals versus like a warehouse with a lot of machinery, it's got a background noise where everybody's like, their hearing's like adjusted to it and it's like regular. But when you put it on video or something, you just hear it all and it's very loud.
Yeah, it's very like the machines down there are constantly running all the time. So you can't really, it would contaminate the evidence like really quick. Like you couldn't get anything off of that. Nothing. It would be virtually useless to get something off of that. Now, video I could not do because obviously it's in a hospital, so it just I would get in trouble real quick. I don't want to do that. No.
I would have snuck it some way.
Yeah, knowing you, yeah.
This is that gut instinct that he's missing.
Yeah.
He actually has it.
I'd have been like, a video gives me views or lose my job.
He's a paranormal daredevil.
And then I would have been like, okay, yeah, I think I could just find another job somewhere else. So we'll go ahead and do the video.
Well, I always feel like the best. Sorry,
that's the thing is like, no, you're good. It was just like the thing that like I don't want to give up this job because it's a pretty good job and I don't want to risk losing it, so kind of weighing my options there,
No, I get that. I get that.
Right.
I'm just saying that would have been me.
I feel like the best evidence is always never captured on camera because that when me and my wife had that figure come at us, when I told her, hey, if someone's coming towards us, she turned the camera and turned it off and turned the light off. But that was weird because we can still see the figure in the night, far away, even to when it got close up. But we didn't even get that on camera, which my first investigation, I kind of wish that we caught that. But we were scared and freaked out too.
Well, that's like when I went to the cemetery and I seen a 7-foot shadow figure, and I like squat down and was looking, and then next thing you know, I took off running towards it.
Oh no!
Yeah, I went running after it. Like no.
I mean, I want to do that, but when I'm in the moment, it depends on who's around me. If my wife's around me, to me, it's her safety. Get her to somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Right. But if it was like one of me and my buddies, I feel like we would chase it. And then probably get attacked.
Maybe it was Bigfoot.
Oh yes, yeah. It's. Bigfoot.
I believe in Bigfoot. I do.
I don't.
I think I just seen it on Twitter the other day. Somebody found evidence of like hair of DNA of like it was human and of another primate in Kentucky. I think they found that in Kentucky. So I definitely believe in Bigfoot, but I think he's like interdimensional. He can come in and out of dimensions.
Well, I think he's one of the very first beings on the planet. That's what I think, at least.
I'm not gonna say I don't believe in him, but I want physical evidence before I say I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bigfoot's that link in between humans and primates. If we came from primates, I think he's that missing link.
Boston. Just like Ohio, we got the Loveland Frogman. Like, come on, we couldn't do better than a Frogman.
Good night, Boston.
I done a review on that.
Yeah, like of all things in the world you could pick to be an urban legend or a cryptid, you pick a fucking frog.
Yeah, like
it's
like the Mothman. It's like the Mothman in West Virginia. Like, come on.
But the story behind the Mothman is an amazing story.
Right.
Don't try to look up the story on the Frogman. It's just a frog that stands on the side of the road in Loveland, which is like 20 minutes from my house, waving to people.
Just waving at people?
Yeah,
hey, how you doing?
What's that street? Because my wife likes frogs. I'm going to take her.
I don't know what street it is, but if you type it up, the Loveland Frogman, it tells you all about it. Like it ain't much to say, but they made T-shirts and everything about it.
I'm gonna have to take my wife to that street.
It's like Grays. It's like the Grays aliens.
It's crazy. Like, come on, man. We're a big old city here, and you could come up with just a frogman.
Well, it's like what if like they discovered. Well, I did find that they actually did find skeletons of a hobbit. So that actually exists.
But could that
my mom is too.
I say my mom's as big as a hobbit.
I don't think we have any short people in our family.
Thank God my mom don't watch my YouTube because she would kill me. Hey, Boots.
I mean, his ears must have been burning.
Yeah, he's like, they're talking about me. Yes, we was talking about you, Boots.
Yes, we was.
How you left me go in that tunnel by myself?
Standing back smirking.
Yeah, little brat.
I got a question for each one of y'all. What is y'all's most frightening experience that y'all have ever had? I felt like we already heard Hensley's.
Yeah, I was about to say Satan's Hollow.
Yeah.
Frogman 2024. Don't give him no idea. He might become our next
Hey, it should be Mothman for president. Mothman,
Hey, I like the
you
Mothman
know,
though.
Mothman for president.
I hope
I
they bring.
think, honestly,
I hope
with
they bring
the
the festival back.
scariest thing, I think the scariest. Hmm, well, there's been several for me, but I think the scariest thing I've had to do is actually venturing down somewhere actually by myself with a camcorder and everything. That was really what scared me because like I could just I don't know like it just seemed like everything was just right on me, if that makes sense.
It makes
I think
plenty of
it's
sense.
I mean,
I go off by myself a lot.
well, it was just something because I'm always used to people being there with me and
Mhm.
then not having that. It's that's as like whoa, okay.
Yeah, I
Mm,
get that though.
you know,
No offense to my wife, but before I met her, I feel like I would have went off and done all these things by myself. But now that I'm married with her, uh, I think about my safety so I can get back home to her. Or I'd probably go do a lot of things by myself, but I don't want to run into somebody that might have a weapon or have
Yeah,
like a intent to harm me in any way. So I try to think of my safety all the time.
Mhm.
yeah. Always, I know this may sound crazy to people. I always say, carry a weapon with you,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
or
I
Carry a
do,
never,
weapon.
or
but
never own one.
Don't be like these stupid people on these horror movies.
don't grab the
Come
banana.
on. Yeah. Carry a
Hey,
freaking weapon.
hey, watch what you're saying. I don't carry weapons.
Why?
I'm not allowed to have a gun
Why?
because I might really do something bad with it.
Are you a convicted felon?
No, but I do have a domestic violence.
But you're not a convicted felon though,
But no, I don't.
right?
I don't carry guns.
No. No, I'm not saying it has to be a gun. I'm just saying carry something with you for protection. I'm not
You can
saying to use it on a
grab a hockey
bad
stick.
or a stick.
Cubit asks, "What do you all do to protect yourselves before and going after into a place?"
I
Me,
pray
Well,
to God.
I don't do nothing.
yeah,
Like I really don't do nothing.
I used to tell them you can't come home with me, but that don't work anymore. I mean, I do
No,
use crystals and stuff like that to protect my own energy and stuff like that, but it seems like it doesn't do any good anymore to say, well, you can't do this and you can't do that, because if I was a person and you told me I couldn't do it, I'd do it anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I feel like
Uh,
just speaking out to the spirit or whatnot, it don't work all the time. I feel
No.
like there's more to it, like almost like a ritualistic type thing.
Hmm.
And
yeah,
I don't know if y'all are religious, but I'm religious, and uh, I know praying to God don't always work, but I do know if I get an attachment or something come back with me, I'll be calling a priest.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I had to go see a priest one time because I got attached, and I did get
yeah.
I do now. I do have a cross that is blessed. I have white sage. I got blood dragon
Yeah.
incense.
I don't know if y'all can
I
see
mean,
that, but
yeah,
this I have this cross my wife gave me. She blessed it. I have obsidian, and I also have graphite here, and then this crystal here gives
Mhm.
off good energy. And then I also have these right here. These are custom made here,
Hmm.
so it helps me to. But also, not only do that, I keep a prayer kind of in my head as I go through, but also My wife, she has sage, so we do that if needed. If we need to use sage,
I
we
mean,
use that to cleanse before, during, and after an investigation. So it relieves, and I'll be honest with you, it works. You know, there was one time we even used sage in the car as we were going down the road. You know, we just lit it up in the car, and here we are smoking, like coming out the window. You know,
hot
but
boxing yourself
it
with
felt,
sage.
yeah. I mean, we were getting high off of sage, but honestly, it felt good. I mean, it does relieve you. Even like taking a bath, like honestly, or a shower, light up the sage and just let it, you know, it'll soak in. It de-stresses everything. It helps. I mean,
I can't do that in my house, but well, not this one.
Yeah.
why?
Her house.
Oh well, never mind. Yeah,
I have some spirits here that I don't want to extricate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
well, yeah.
I'll tell them if we're going outside because mom's got a clean house. But
I also heard that if you sage, and if you don't do it like right, that it could
Mhm.
make things possibly 10 times worse.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah,
definitely have to know what you're doing with sage.
my wife does. She is a what they call a white witch. She is verified bloodline, so she knows the right way to do right way of how to do it.
Yeah, I grew up in
So
the neighborhood with a witch, but I don't know if she was what kind, and I don't even know if she had a bloodline. But I know she's like, yeah, I can mix a potion, and uh, like this would happen, or things like that.
yeah, yeah. It's just one of them things. Like you have to be very careful with how you do that because you could be doing something that you don't know. You know, it's like we always say, do your research. Do your research.
Mhm.
So
So you want to know my
hope
scary?
that helps.
Go ahead, Bill.
I didn't know if he
Yeah,
wanted to
go
know
ahead.
my scary story yet.
Oh, I'm down for every scary story you got. Anybody has.
Oh, I bet she got some good ones.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I still deal with it to this day, and Paranormal Underworld will tell you I have PTSD from it. So, yeah, I have to literally sleep with lights on. I cannot be in the dark by myself. But let me tell you the story. Um, we were evicted whenever I was younger. So we had to get pretty much the first house that my mom could afford. And, they came up with this property and it's like, oh, well, you have to clean it before you can live in it. So, we jumped right in, even as kids. I was 14 at the time. And we started cleaning, and there was a little partial basement in this little bitty house. It was just like a front living room, two side bedrooms with a bathroom in between the kitchen. Little bitty house, no more than probably 800 square feet, little thing. So it had a little basement under it, like a root cellar. And in the back corner, there was like a wooden room with a door half hanging off of it. So they fixed the door, took all the old bed springs and everything out of there, thought everything was fine. Well, probably 3 days after that, we started getting things moving around the house and we didn't think too much of it. And of course, I didn't see nothing. And then it started at late at night where my bed at the corner up by my shoulders would like push up enough that jostled me awake. And I'm like, what in the world? And, well, my mom, she's like, well, we'll switch beds. Well, it started happening to her. She would get her shoulders pushed up, the whole mattress would move. And we're like, what is going on? And well, my mom's real religious. She felt, like something was bad in there. So she had the priest come out and bless the house. Okay, so that was the wrong thing to do. But anyway, the following week after that, everything kind of settled down, but we're laying there and we hear almost this giant thud, like the whole house had shook. And my brother, he's 5 years older than me. Of course, I'm 14, so that would make him 19, in there somewhere. And he comes down the little bit of the hallway, cursing and having a fit. And he said, this thing tried to crawl up on my chest. And what he did is he punched it, and it hit the wall and knocked his posters and stuff down off the wall. Yeah. So little by little, yeah, little by little, this thing kept increasing. It would start slamming our bathroom doors when we're there trying to take a shower or using the bathroom. We'd be sitting watching TV, and the kitchen chairs would be the poltergeist thing where they'd all scatter away from the table and stack. We'd watch, cabinet doors come in and out, stuff flying off. And, it got so bad that, I would get home off the bus and I would actually go to the woods across the street. So I wasn't even in the house. And which is another interesting little story, because I used to play with a kid out there that went to school with us, but he hadn't been to school in probably 100 years. But anyway, so I try to stay away from the house as much as possible. But this one day, I had gotten off the bus. I was really tired. And I thought, I'll just go in and take a nap on the couch. I should be okay. So I'm laying down on the couch, and we did not have any cats. And I was fond of cats at the time. So I'm laying there, and I hear this purring sound. And I look up, and on the back of our sofa, which is against the wall, is this great big white cat. And I'm like, oh, wow, isn't that pretty? And I reach up to touch it, and its mouth opens up further than it's supposed to, and it does this growling hiss thing. I get
I'll be gone.
Yeah, I get lifted up off the couch, like 4 foot off the couch, levitated, and thrown against the other side of the room. Before I could even get my senses together and try to stand up, it had already snatched me up again and threw me against the front door. And the whole time I'm fighting against this thing, trying to crawl out the door, and I could hear these growls and this hissing and stuff going on. Yeah. That is the worst experience I ever had. And I don't think it was a spirit, by no means.
I had an experience once. It's not really like a bad experience, but like me and my wife and kids were all asleep in bed. This was about 2 or 3 in the morning. And I know everybody's in bed, it's pitch black out, and I literally heard someone come walk down my hallway, walk into mine and my wife's room, walk over to her side, walk over to my side, get up, literally went into the hallway and walked down the hallway. And what I didn't realize, what it sounded like a swishing sound, like you get from somebody that had pants on but no shoes. So the next morning, I tell my wife about it. She said, "Oh yeah, that's my grandpa. He would do that every night before he went to bed."
That's cool.
Wow.
So my first paranormal experience that I've ever had, my little brother, he wasn't 2 yet, and he could speak a little bit. He he had 3 older brothers, and he always tried to act like us when he was little. He started walking early because he wanted to go everywhere we wanted to go, but he was probably like 1.5. He was in his room, like in the corner of his room, rolling a ball back and forth. He'd roll it, it would hit the wall and come back, and he was speaking like he was playing with somebody. And kind of chokes me up sometimes when I talk about this. So my mom tells me, "Come look at this," and I look at it, and my mom asks him, "Who are you talking to?" And he looks at us and goes, "My brother John." And he didn't know that he had an older brother that was no longer living. And I don't think we ever talked to him about it around him or nothing. When he said that, like, it gave us like a heartwarming sensation and everything.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really is a good secret.
That's like my cousin's daughter. she used to go in my aunt's bedroom and would look in the closet and was talking to somebody. And we asked her, like, who are you talking to? She goes, my best friend, her name's Mary, which Mary is my grandmother that passed away before she was born. And my aunt grabbed a photo album and pulled out a picture of my grandma, and she goes, yeah, that's my best friend right there. I talked to her right there. So she was talking to my grandma in the closet.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Well, like my kids, like when we would first this was back when they were, I don't know, my son and my daughter. My son, he is 8 now. My daughter, she's 6. But I think when my son was like 5, my daughter was like 4 or something like that, really young. They come up to me one time and they were pulling me, like they were literally like jerking me by the arm. And I was like, "Well, what's going on?" She said, "My daughter comes up and my son. They both come up here. It was like, yeah, we were playing just a few minutes ago and we seen this, and they literally pulled me to the living room, pointed up, and we have a picture of my wife's grandparents on the wall. They had no idea who it was, and they pointed straight at her grandfather.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, and that's the thing is, see, that picture is what he used to look like when he was young.
Yeah.
You know, it was
See,
like one of those old pictures. You know what I'm saying? You know, the black and white old photos. You know, yeah, they pointed literally straight up to it. So I was like, wow, okay,
Yeah, that's kind of like the
you
girl
know,
in Mr. 40.
huh?
see, that's another thing when people pass away or and their spirit stays. I wonder if like how they stay, like if they can choose if they're younger or older, or what
Uh-uh.
part of them is left here. If they, you know what I'm saying?
No. Um, everyone that I have seen looks pretty much just like their energy was when they left us. Um, I've never seen or come in contact with a spirit that was younger than what they are. That's how I can tell too. By if I meet a spirit, I can kind of tell by how they're dressed, how they wear their hair, how they act. Well, he's from the 50s or he's from the 1800s.
Yeah, that's like
Right.
Boots says. Boots says when he sees them as they died, at the way they died.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to see that. I don't see all the blood and ew. I see the whole spirit. The energy that is within ourselves. Whenever that exits,
Mm-hmm.
that's who you are. Really, I mean, you're just the flesh holds you in there.
Does one of
Right.
y'all have a cat or an animal around right now?
Mine's
Nope.
asleep.
I just heard like a
Mm,
cat like growl.
That might be over here, but my cats are asleep. I have a
Okay.
wedgie running
I
around
don't.
here.
I don't. I have cats, but they're not in a room.
Yeah, I mean, I got dogs, but they're upstairs.
I
I
think
have
yeah.
birds too. So I've got 2 inside cats, and that's all I've got.
Yeah.
But they're not in a
Uh,
room with me.
okay. I'm trying to figure out what that noise was because it was in my right ear and I got these on, so I thought maybe my wife's phone or something. But she's got headphones on, and the dog's asleep on the couch. We don't have a cat here, but
I
we have a
think
cat at our house.
Excuse me.
Sorry about the interruption.
Oh, it's
No,
okay.
you're fine.
It's
No,
okay.
no, you're good. I'm about to actually run to the store real quick, Hensley. But I'll be on here though, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, your phone travels.
Exactly. That's why I like
That,
doing it on the phone. I mean,
that's why they
that
call it
would be
cellular.
weird running down the street with like an iPad or or like your you know laptop just open.
Yeah, right.
I'm still trying to figure all this
Like,
out with
I
phones and computers.
No, like it would be so weird if like you use your tablet as like if you had a like one of those jigs that could hook up to like your windshield for your iPad going, going down the road.
You got to watch what state you're in, though, because some of that's illegal in some states.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, he's a robot.
Uh-oh.
Corey turned into a robot.
So, I'm still kind of
Yeah.
new to
Sorry.
using the computer and the phones for things. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I'll get super into tech, and then for a couple years, like, I won't even be tech savvy. Like, I won't mess with tech, and like, I feel like I forget everything, or it's the tech's updated within that year or two so much, I have to refigure out how to use it.
Oh yeah, I'm like that too.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get some new gear. I would like to get the SLS. That
I
way,
got it.
if I'm speaking to a spirit, I want confirmation. She's speaking to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SLS would be a great also piece of equipment for you, so it'll let other people know that you're
Mhm.
not BSing.
Right, and that's what I want to prove. It's like, yes, there is somebody here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be my.
Do you trust apps on phones?
It all depends. I'm pretty savvy with the ITC projects. I've tried the one SLS and it didn't map out what I was looking at, so I was like, I don't know.
Okay, because I know like there's a one on Apple. I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm not going to say the name of the app, but there's one app that maps out stuff on your phone. There's several apps, but there's one that I don't know if I can say I can fully trust, because when it comes to apps on phones, I'm gonna have to see the coding to it
Yeah.
to really know. But those apps are either free or cheap. But I know like the SLS equipment, far as like what investigators actually build and use, they start around like I'm gonna say $400 and then go anywhere to up to the $1,000 range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
I've got an SLS camera, and it's the first thing it ever mapped out, as far as not a human with that SLS camera, was this doll, the figure attached to this doll that I have,
hmm
and it was pretty wicked to me. I want to go back to several places I haven't been before to use it. Also, I'm waiting on the Ovilus 5 to come in. They like they get the order, and then they make it when they get the order. They don't have any pre-made ones, and they're backed up. And they said it probably won't ship out until around like April 9th. And I've been waiting since January.
Wow.
I have the Ovilus. Those are pretty neat. I do use the Necro as far as an app, but I back it up with the SB11.
So you trust the Necrophonic app?
Yeah.
I should have
Yeah.
said the app name all the way like that.
Yeah, well, whenever I'm speaking to a spirit and it comes back across there as, relevance of what I'm talking about. I know what they're talking about, and I could hear it coming through the box. And I've also had an experience at a cemetery that we done that I was running the Necro, the SB11, the SB7, and the open air, and it was all coming back into one big echo because they were all, synced with each other and they were working together. So yeah, I'm like that works.
Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to diss the app, but I feel like it works too, because I mean, if you have any device, I feel like a spirit can manipulate it with its energy to do what it wants or say what it wants. And I'm not trying to diss the Necrophonic app. but sometimes I do ask it specific questions.
Mhm.
And I also like if let's say I did this the other night. I put my hand up. Well, I went like this. How many fingers am I holding up? But I also made sure the camera of my phone wasn't facing it. And 5 came through. And
Mhm.
right when I asked my wife to hold up fingers under the blanket she was under, and so the camera couldn't see it. And she held up 3. And right when I was asking the question, they said 3. And I mean, it gives me confirmation. Plus, I've watched a lot of other YouTubers with it, and it's led them to like a gun in the wall, which was I think CJ, and then other YouTubers. It led them to other things. But with all um, apps on phones, I am a little skeptical of it too because I feel like if it's reading your GPS coordinates, it's going to pick specific things to come through for that location. But also, then again, I also turn it on airplane mode so it don't connect with the outside world.
Right. And there's another one out there too, and I'm not promoting for anybody, but Devil's Hour done a couple. It's Solomon and Centria. I know, I think he changed it because no one can say it, but they both have a download. You can download the voice bank and you can compare what you get in that time period. And actually, if there's an extra word or something in there, then you know you caught something. And that's actually a free app, and it's actually pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
I do know that the necrophonic, uh, we've actually used it and have caught actually our deceased grandparents on it, like the names and everything before. So
I had the necrophonic say my last name, and my
yeah.
last name not one of them names that are just thrown out there.
Now, well, we've also had like my wife has actually caught a word that has been used by her deceased grandfather that only he and her knew about.
Hmm.
It's like one of those words, like if you know what I'm saying, like a
Right.
secret word.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's like when Paranormal Underworld used it for the first time, and his daughter came across there and said, "Dad." I mean, everybody knows their child's voice, and he literally broke down because it was her that came through.
Wow.
That reminds me of the last investigation I did. My brother kept seeing his garage. Well, he's seen his garage door open one morning when he was taking a shower, and because he's got a window in the shower, which I think is weird for some reason. But he seen it open on him, and later that day, well, he sent me a message, and then he went to sleep, and then I wake up and I get I actually didn't even look at my phone until later at night. And I look at my phone. He's even called me since he woke up and called him, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And as soon as he said that, I grabbed my camera, my EMF meter, my room pod, and I think it was the S box, spirit box. And I went over there immediately with my camera. And when we was there, he heard his daughter's name come through, and I didn't. And I came back home at night, and I was like, I think my brother really wants it to be his daughter, but I didn't hear her name come through and whatnot. And then as I'm editing the footage, I hear it clear as day, and I was like, "Oh, he was right," because we replayed it back there with the camera, but also the camera's, I guess, speakers not really that good, so I probably didn't hear it when we played it back there. But when I was in editing and I heard it clear as day, I literally started tearing up.
Hmm. I think
And I
Paranormal
mean,
Underworld asked what SLS you use. Geeked up.
the app, I've actually, right now I'm currently got 4 of them downloaded because I'm testing them out. Like I don't want to use them in an investigation if it's just gonna fake pop up
Hmm.
uh, a stick figure. And also, like right now, I'm at my brother's house. I'm probably gonna use it around here. This place ain't haunted, Also, before I start doing any type of communication or whatever, I'm gonna put salt around it so no spirits can come in. And I'm gonna use the apps to see if they work or not. But I have several of them downloaded. The first one I downloaded was Ghost Tube. I think I seen another YouTuber use it, and I was like, huh, I want to check this out, see if it's legitimate or anything. But I bought a SLS off of a. I don't want to promote because they don't pay me, and it was expensive. So it was $400 off of a ghost like a ghost hunting website, and which I'm glad I found that one because the next website that I went to had them at $1,200. I was like, no, I ain't spending that much for one.
Yeah, they burn up quickly. Ask Ghost Dog.
Yeah.
Right.
I even have like a blueprint on how to make one, and the only thing that I have a problem with getting is
Tablet.
A tablet, yeah, with a Windows 8 on it. And if it don't have Windows 8, I'm scared that when I convert it to Windows 8, it's going to just screw it all up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
How
run into.
complicated is it to make those anyway?
It's actually the only thing that's complicated to make it is finding the software that you want to download. As far as the SLS software, that's the only thing that's complicated really, and transferring it from Windows 10 to Windows 8. Because if you don't do that properly, you'll fry out the tablet.
Why couldn't they work on Windows 10?
For the SLX
Yeah.
software that I found.
Is it because it was used on a 360, like with the Kinect cam?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the reason why?
Well, I just think the people that made this certain software, it's because they didn't know how to like code it into that software for it to use Windows 10, or when it came out, it was when it was Windows 8. But I know you can buy some SLS cameras now that has Windows 10 and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So far, the SLS camera is my favorite ITC device to use, but I probably won't be saying that if I get the Oculus 5 come in and use it a couple times.
Just use them together.
Oh, I definitely will be. I'll probably try to use all the spirit boxes at once with the Oculus 5, with the SLS camera, and probably even holding dowsing rods just to see how intense it gets.
There you go.
And if it all matches up.
Get you one of those tactical gear outfits and just make sure you got Velcro and just like put it everywhere.
Just with the SLS camera.
You'd be official then.
Yeah.
Start pulling off REM pods, setting them down.
Look like a transformer.
I was just thinking about making this massive like SB like rig that has like two different like SB7 or SB11 spirit boxes on it with the speakers, and just have them run at the same time, like that's like handheld or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually done that, and it kind of got pretty intense there, and they kept saying warning and danger and demon, so I immediately stopped the session, and I've said some words and prayed to God to make sure I didn't leave anything behind.
Yeah, what I kind of run into with the D word, a lot of spirits that don't know that they have passed, they foresee you as like the spirit or the ghost. And with their old words and stuff like that, they're going to say like white demon or something like that. They're going to think that you are the demon. It's not necessarily that there's one lurking around.
Yeah.
So it definitely could have been that.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard demon and I was like, no, I'm shutting
Like,
down.
no, not today.
Like, because it was in my brother's garage, and I was like, I'm not going to let this happen. You know, I'm not going to be the person that brings something in onto their property.
Mm-hmm.
So I shut it down. Plus, I mean, if I didn't, when I left there, I felt a calming, good energy. But if I didn't, I was probably going to call a priest immediately. Like, hey, I need you to come bless this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone needs to come in here after I leave. There's some weird stuff going on over here. Oh,
Yeah.
it's got more Hensley. It's bad. I think
Especially in your garage.
actually I think it's the basement. I mean, me and Underworld have, well, he's not down there now for sure, but we have not been down there since that last incident. I mean, I knew I was having bad thoughts. I mean, I had images being planted in my head, almost like that spooky little ghost face that comes up in The Exorcist. You know, yeah. I had, pictures of me physically hurting him, and I wanted to hurt him. I had the feelings to hurt him, and he was having the same feelings about me, and we were both giving each other the evil eyeball down there. And then he turns around and gets scratched a couple of times, and I'm like, yeah, we're getting out of this basement.
Yeah, that part of that wall where the hole is, like
Mhm.
I had a bad feeling from back in that area when I was watching your last live stream in the basement, and I kept seeing something walking past there all the time.
Hmm. Well,
Like,
where that one thing was standing down there by the heating unit, it looked like it was scratching at the wall. We went down the next day, actually, to gather up the rest of our equipment, and there was a bunch of rock chafe and stuff all chipped off there in the floor. So he had been steadily scratching at that.
wow. Yeah,
So,
that one part of that basement, I was like, no, please don't go there. Please.
yeah, not going back down there. Unless I drop a camera through the vent and y'all could watch from up here, but I'm not going down there.
have it attached to the string so you can pull it back up. Like,
Yep.
yeah, that basement is, yeah, and the garage. I don't feel comfortable in your basement or your garage.
Mm-mm.
And I ain't never been there.
Yeah,
I just feel like that there's something going on in that one corner, like where that hole is. It feels like there's like some kind of vortex coming out through there or something.
yeah. Well, they found a body in that well, and they covered it all up and everything. But they said by her clothing and everything, she was, probably late 1800s, maybe 1900s. But why she was there, we don't know. I mean, I understand by the neighbors that she had her jewelry on and stuff like that, so it wasn't a thievery kind of thing because she had nice jewelry. So was she murdered and tossed down there? We don't know.
I'm not asking like for you to give out personal information or not, but where about is this is your house located, like state and county or something?
Missouri. About 45 minutes south of St. Louis.
Okay. I like to keep mental notes of certain I guess like things like that. So like if like to see if it's like one area or if that has happened a whole bunch of different areas, and also see if like I guess what evidence people get with it if that person's ghost stays there or spirit. I should have said.
Oh yeah. The whole town that we live in, I mean, it's historical. It was, I mean, you can look it up as far as this. It's the first settlement in Missouri. So, I live in the historical district. It's still here. I do live on the property of some of the old historical buildings and stuff that are still here. This one was established in 1890s. That's when the census came out. Of course, it's older than that. That's when you had to say, I lived here. But yeah, there's a cemetery that's close to the house that's, a lot of people's investigated. The other house, which is like 2 houses up from me, was actually on the taps when they first came out. It's called the Gabriel house.
Well, I remember that.
Yeah, it's pretty. They say it's one of the first haunted houses of Missouri. But yeah, I mean, the whole area around here is steeped full.
Yeah. Have y'all ever been to Waverly Hills?
I have, yeah.
I have not. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I was trying to save up the money for it, but they pretty much sold out their private investigations within the first week of them putting it out, and now you have to do it like a public investigation, which is shorter and with more people.
Yeah,
And I kind of want to do the public thing, but then again, I feel like half of my evidence, if I did get evidence there, would be
contaminated.
Yep.
Yeah, very contaminated.
Yeah, you have to book Waverly Hills like as soon as they open up in January for bookings. You have to get it then.
I mean, I literally live right down the street from it.
Oh, wow.
I have family history that is connected to it, and and there's so many stories of before the people that own it now with like I guess people that are older than me, my elders, and they've like their stories are wicked, and it all pretty much around that time era of what sightings has happened there. Pretty all the story matches up of like figures and stuff crawling on the wall, and I keep hearing these stories, and I just want to go there so bad.
Yeah.
I actually got to go there on whenever they were doing the Halloween contest where they actually would pay you to go there, which they don't do anymore. I got the T-shirt and I stayed there. I actually fell asleep in the corner, but yeah, the third floor is, I will say, the most interesting, and the body chute.
I'm definitely gonna be checking it out when I go, whenever that is.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean,
Yep,
I'm
hopefully
trying to go
next year.
Yeah, I'm trying to go
For
next
sure.
year.
See, but when I go, I don't want it to just be me. Like, I want it to be other people, and we each do like certain floors at different times. You know what I'm saying? And swap out.
It's better to do it with a group because it's cheaper.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get there next year.
Yeah,
Me too.
I have several on my bucket list for this year.
Yeah. Good.
I'm hoping I can hit. Go ahead.
I want to go to Trans-Allegheny so bad.
We got to take. I'm not necessarily saying I want to go, but I know Jax wants to go to Bobby Mackey's, so you might have to work that with him. I just have a little PTSD about going back there and saying hello to Ed if he's even walked his way back down there.
Yeah.
I haven't been there either yet, and I want to go. I want to go so bad.
Maybe you and Jax come down this way and we could get something set up.
That'd be awesome.
I've been there like 10 times already, so I mean I love going to that place.
I told you Carl said it would be an addiction, did I not?
Yeah, I mean I love it. I could go there every weekend.
I feel
the place is amazing.
I feel like if I got comfortable with a place like that, I would probably try to go every weekend if it was close.
Yeah, because I didn't feel nothing bad about it. I didn't get the whole D thing. I mean, Johanna, whenever I talked to her, all she wanted was some books to read, which that's fine.
Yeah,
and
I didn't take her a book.
I met Bobby Mackey's first wife and that other guy that was in there. I met the girl in the bathroom that was really, really sad and upset. I don't know what happened to her and why she was in there, but she wouldn't even come out. I tried to get her to come out and dance with us. She didn't want to. Ed, little
Ed.
mean, evil, whatever he was. I don't know why he hurt my neck, but I have an idea, and I might know something that people don't know, and I don't know whether to go and prove it or not. If I did, I have to have a shovel.
Oh man, you might have a juicy story that nobody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now I'm very interested.
You might have to
Yes,
tell
but
me, because then I
indeed,
might go there with a
elaborate.
shovel. I might have to go there with a shovel.
Well,
Well,
it's like, okay, it's like you with Bobby Mackey's is like Lake Shawnee is to us because we're really close to Lake Shawnee. We live like 20 minutes up the road from there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I might go camping there.
We are this summer.
Do it. Do it.
Mhm.
We want you to come.
We are. We are.
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
I'll
we
be there.
are. Good.
it.
So
You and
so
Dad,
what's
look
the hauntings of Lake Shawnee?
You ain't never heard of Lake
Lake-
Shawnee?
No, I've never heard of it. Or I
Oh,
might
wow.
have, but as under a different name.
Lake Shawnee is one of the 6 most haunted. Is it places or is it? I think it's like one of the 6 most haunted places in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's an old abandoned amusement park. Really great place.
I can't wait.
It is an amazing place.
Yes, it really is.
And it's also an Indian burial ground and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Also, it's also known where the first settlers of Mercer County are from.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to mess with anything to do with Indian burial grounds.
I
I
mean,
mean, I got
Oh,
Cherokee in me, but when it comes to anything around that, I feel like I'd rather. I mean, I know I got Cherokee in me, but they probably still see me as the white man, and I don't want to
I got Cherokee.
disrespect them.
I got Cherokee.
No,
and I went to
I
Lake
do
Shawnee.
too. I do too. All three, like, okay, if you watch Hensley's video, it singled out all three of it was me, Boots, and Hensley going up to that. What was it? It was that stone, I think.
Yeah, it was that stone.
Yeah, it literally it told us all three of us to go up there,
Mm-hmm.
and that was some of the weirdest stuff that's ever happened to me, ever.
I don't know if it's actually at a burial ground or if that's just where they just buried some. I mean, the guy's got
I
pictures.
don't know
of,
either.
Yeah, the guy's
I
got
mean-
pictures of bodies being found on the ground.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know if it's actual where the Indians buried them or what happened there. I don't know the whole story.
Yeah,
about that,
I'm not really entirely sure, but it's definitely hollow ground for sure.
Yeah,
I can tell you that much. It's definitely hollow ground.
yeah, it ain't
You
nothing
know.
bad there. Nothing bad there.
Okay.
No, there's nothing remotely bad there at all.
Yeah.
Hardly at all.
I'll have to go in there and speak some Cherokee and
Are y'all smirking when y'all say that?
No, I mean that's serious. Like, I never had anything bad. No bad
No,
feelings
like,
or nothing.
I'm being completely 100% honest with you, dude. I literally did not feel anything bad. And I had an attachment from there.
I got
It
pushed.
happened to me. Yeah, he did get pushed. Like, it was.
See, I've never been touched yet, but also then again haven't been on many investigations yet.
come with us. You probably will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Definitely.
you'll get scratched. You'll get pushed. You'll get shoved. Like,
I don't know if you get scratched, but I mean, you'll probably see somebody get scratched.
yeah, you will. Like, I got touched at Lake Shawnee. I got touched by a little girl on my left forearm.
I want to play
And-
with her.
She was very, very. She was very. She loves music. We found that out real quick
Hmm.
because when we was up there, we was in that bus,
Mhm.
and I had a thought in my head that just popped up like a little BB. You know,
Hmm.
it told me like
play some, because it was said that I played music that was like old 40s music off of YouTube. I pulled up YouTube, it started playing old 40s music, and I'm not kidding you. Easily can tell, it can vouch for it. The whole bus was literally shaking side to side.
Yeah.
Like, it was nuts, man.
We
got a lot of good evidence there.
I wonder if you tried the box. It's almost like the REM pod that plays the music. What do they call that now?
The music box.
Yeah, CJ has one.
Yeah.
Man, that thing's $500.
Yeah, I looked at that.
Holy cow!
The P&B box. Yeah, the P&B box. Yeah. See that when we get our taxes back, that's what we want to get right there is a P&B box.
I wonder if you can make one though. I mean, it's a
You
REM pod.
you can make one for way cheaper for sure.
Yeah.
Under $100.
Man, just gotta figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music go off whenever.
Yeah. Like, ideally, I know you want the innards from like a music, like one of those jewelry boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you definitely need those, and like you need some way to activate it, hook and wire it to a switch.
Yeah, you gotta make it something like a
So
REM
you just
pod
hit
that
the
where they come close to it, it'll play.
Yeah, there's gotta be a way
Right.
somehow.
I'm gonna have to
That
research that.
see, I wanna get one of them, but I'm probably gonna end up making my own because I can't see myself spending that much money for something that I feel like I can make for like $50 or less.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
that's like a REM pod. You can make a REM pod for like $40.
I got one for $20. It's like it don't do the temperature, but it's like if something comes and breaks the atmosphere of it or I'm lost for words with describing it now. It went out but it was like $20 and I found it online. I was like, I'm gonna get this one instead of that $400 one, $300 one.
Yeah, all you're doing is paying for the name on it anyways. You just
Yeah,
exactly. I mean,
and that's when it comes with the SLS cameras too. Because actually, somebody in here just said the $1,200 one was thermal and the $400 one wasn't. I actually just went to that website and checked it out, and it didn't have thermal on this one for the $1,200 one.
Hmm.
But I think it's just the name of it, and also who has used that specific one.
Yeah. I definitely want a Boo Bear because I run into a lot of kids for some reason.
Squirrel's got a Boo Bear.
Yep, we got a Boo Bear, and I'll be the first to tell you, the original Boo Bear is not as big as what the picture shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, it's very small. It's very, very small. But we used it at Lake Shawnee, and that thing. What was so weird is the light that it would show up would be right underneath the chin of the bear.
Yep.
It was so weird. Like somebody was like holding it by the neck or something,
Mm-hmm.
or by the chest. That's what would pop up every time we used it.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get the one that uses words, because that one isn't. I've heard that one isn't as reliable as the regular Boo Bear.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's also got the name of Boo Bear too, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think that's.
It wasn't that much though. The regular Boo Bear wasn't even that much.
See, I've been wanting to get a Boo Bear because of not my little brother that had experience, but the brother he had experience with that has passed on. He's also my little brother. I wanted to get that for him. But that also leads me to a question I want to ask you, Val. Do spirits stay the same like age, or do they age in time in the spiritual world?
No, you cannot change energy, so they stay the same.
So my little brother would stay a kid the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
No,
Now I'm definitely wanting to get the Boo Bear.
Another thing you can use for interaction with children is cat balls.
Yeah.
LED cat balls.
They love those. My little
Yeah.
Xenon here is too. He plays with those. Well, I haven't seen him in a while, but they love those little glow balls.
Yeah.
And they're like $2 or $3, or well,
I
like
bought mine
$4.
I bought mine for $2.79 a piece.
Yeah, we got like 5 of those now, or like 3 or 4 of those now.
But geeked up, this is what I'm talking about. You should get some of these. They're LED.
Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah.
LED cat balls.
Yeah, you can get them for like what,
$3.
$5-10?
I got this for $3.
$3?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
kids
I have.
spirits love these things.
Mm-hmm.
We use them at
It's on cart list.
Fairfield.
Yeah, we use these at a Fairfield Infirmary.
Yeah,
But yeah, they love those things.
Mm-hmm.
Vale's the one got me to go out and buy them.
I highly believe in those because it takes motion to make them even light up. So they've got to be giving them some kind of little push or play with them for them to even light up. Because I've jumped up and down next to one and it wouldn't light. So, and then all of a sudden,
I'll wait till it stops. You gotta kind of like move it real good for it to light back up.
Yeah. After I spent all that money on the equipment that I've got, I know I should have got the cat ball because that was cheap, and I know I'm gonna probably end up getting them pretty soon.
Sometimes the cheapest things are the easiest things for them to manipulate. I mean, you start getting into some of these things that are a lot of technology, and you're talking about older spirits that have not dealt with technology. So sometimes the easiest is the best. I mean, every kid knows what a ball is, and just play with the ball, or even a regular adult spirit, sit it on a shelf or something. Can you touch this?
Yeah, can you make this light up for me?
See, with the couple investigations I have did, which majority of them were different cemeteries, newer versus older ones. I noticed with the technology on like the older ones, I got less communication with like the tech, and then I know with the newer ones, I got more investigation or more. Oh man, I'm forgetting the words now. But I got evidence. I don't know why that slipped my mind that fast, but I got more evidence with the tech that I've used in the newer cemeteries. So I've kind of put that together when it comes to older spirits. Try to use less technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we use these cat balls at Fairfield Infirmary, and we had them answering questions with these balls.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's also another thing. With communication, any of your devices, you can use them in some sort of way to get answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just looking for anything to back up what I say.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's a good thing with you. You technically don't need technology to communicate with spirits, where a lot of us do. So you got a gift for sure.
Yeah, I just need the proof because I can tell you I'm Abraham Lincoln, and you can believe me or not, but
I mean, I completely understand what you're saying. I mean, everybody wants to back up what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in the paranormal world, like you can tell who's faking it and who's not if you're really into it. And like to me, like, I mean, yeah, they still want to show evidence, but I can believe them without showing me evidence. Like you, talking with you after everything you said, if you used to tell me something, I would fully believe it. I wouldn't even need to see your proof. But if you did have proof, trust me, I'm definitely gonna want to see it because I'm very I don't know how to really phrase it, but I'm very into the paranormal and especially people's evidences.
Yeah. I mean,
and their stories.
what only really works for me right now, I mean, yeah, I see them, but what works for me is like if I walk into a situation and I like going in blind. I like someone else to do the history before I get there. And if I start, talking to a spirit and I tell them who it is, this is their last name, this is what they used to do, and then they can look, oh yeah, well I know this person, and I tell them what they look like, and then they can go back and look at a picture, and they're like, well, how did you know that? That is my evidence of proof. That's all I can work with right now.
Yeah.
I
I
have a
think of it
question.
this way, like if you're trying to get evidence with like instruments of some kind,
Mhm.
you want to think about like what they used in their time period when they were alive.
Mhm.
You want to use stuff like, okay, so you want to think back to what era they were or they lived in. You can't be like, hey, did you like Fortnite if they lived in the 40s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because they'll have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because, like, I don't understand. It's like, what I don't understand is, like, how a lot of these people, they'll go to places these old, like, infirmaries and stuff like that, and they'll talk about modern day things. And I'm like,
Mhm.
dude, you're
I don't know
like
what that is.
you're speaking gibberish
Yeah.
to them.
That or they go to another country to investigate, and they speak
English.
a different language. Like they're not going to understand you. You need an
Yeah.
interpreter.
Exactly.
Now, if you do come across like a very intelligent spirit, they may be bilingual,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, most definitely. But also, if it's if the spirit's like an older spirit that's like
Yeah,
in a different
right.
country, they're most likely probably going to speak that country, or not even the language, the modern day language they speak over there now. It could be like even an older language of the from a different time there.
Mhm.
Right. Which that's why I try to generally stay in America because I'm not remotely fluent in anything other than English or Appalachian.
Same here, but I still want to go to Mexico with all their with everything they got because I feel like Mexico is very active right now when it comes to spirits and stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen so much evidence in the past couple months come out of Mexico and even other Latinos countries, and it makes me want to go and investigate there. But I'm 100% gonna have to have an interpreter because
I
I
don't
mean
want.
I know a little bit of Spanish, but I'm not fluent, and I'll be lost.
I don't think I want to deal with Mexico's bruja. I mean, I don't deal with bad witches. I mean, what is that, La Rona?
La Llorona.
Yeah, I'm not good with that.
Um, my a friend that I used to work with, somebody in his family's a witch, and they're Latino,
Mhm.
but she claims to be a good witch, which I'm never gonna know unless I see her do something or something. But
Yeah, they're steeped in it. I mean, just like I mean, you have your differences, kind of like your hoodoo, voodoo, Santeurian. Yeah, I mean, it's steep history down there too, with all that.
yeah, it's like it's their culture. They're very spiritual with
Hmm.
what they're into, and they're into things of that nature.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And it's like y'all was talking about different languages, and even as far as American, I mean, when you start getting back to like, the pilgrims that I found in Plymouth, they speak differently. I mean, it's a total different English dialect. I mean, they got different words for different things, and I felt kind of lost, a little bit of stuff, but I mean, different things have different words and meanings everywhere. I think
I
Yeah,
bet that was a very interesting experience to go through.
it was very crowded.
Oh, I could just imagine.
Yeah, because I mean, you get out here in the Mid East. I mean, yeah, it's crowded. I mean, I can ignore it for the most part, but whenever you get to like the original 13 states and over there where there was abundance of people to begin with, and you just stack history on top of history. I mean, I felt like I was being shoved through a crowd, and I'm looking at them, they're looking at me, and even though I know there's supposed to be like 14 people around me, there's 150, and I'm like, oh my god, just let me out of here.
Yeah.
I bet that. I just wonder how hard it was to kind of cipher through. Like, okay, you were living in this era, you were living in this era, and you were here, and
Mhm.
yeah, I bet that was very confusing.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it on my face whenever we went to see the Mayflower 2, which I didn't get too much off of that because they've rebuilt it. You know, it had a little bit of residual energy to it, but you could just see the look on my face that I was being overwhelmed with people. I mean, I just felt like there was so many people there, even though, yeah, in the video you could tell, you know, it kind of looks like you're at an amusement park. There's a lot of people there, but I felt like I didn't have an inch to step around.
Yeah, gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of people here, and they're all staring
Now,
at me.
did you go up to Salem at all? Like
No,
up that area?
no, I wanted to, but we didn't get there. I wanted to go to the old original Salem, and I guess that was, you know, too far. I wanted to go to the Lizzie Borden since we were so close, but it's so expensive. I didn't get
Yeah.
to do any of that. But
Well, I've heard that you can't even get into the Lizzie Borden house now, like because of
mhm.
COVID or whatever. I've heard like you got to pay like out the butt just to even
Yeah,
Now,
stay there.
now you basically have to rent the whole house. Like if you go stay, you have to rent the whole house.
yeah. I think the most interesting thing, and I was telling Paranormal Underworld, we were on the train, and we were coming into, I call it Worcestershire sauce. I think it's Worcestershire or something. I can't
Yeah,
say their
right.
names out there, but anyway, we were coming in through
Worcestershire.
there. Yeah, and the train actually goes through like this little swampy area, and I'm looking out my big bay window, and I see the red coats. I see them running through there with the bayonets. I mean, there's like probably 100 of them. And I tell my daughter, which is my tech, I was like, I don't think those are supposed to be there. She's like, what are you looking at? I said, the red coats are coming.
Were they trying to attack the train, or what were they? Did they just running through?
I think they were just running through. I don't know if it's like a haunting or residual or what it was because, you know, there's just lines of them and they were going through that swamp.
Huh? That's crazy.
I said that is really cool to see because,
Like,
you know,
were they coming toward you, or were they just kind of running along the train as you was going?
they were moving like if the train's moving forward, they were, you know, running toward the back, you know, they were running through the woods.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, that
You
was really
That's
interesting.
probably where a battle happened that people don't know.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
actually would.
I was like,
It
it's
was
all
like
excited.
it was like Gettysburg, man. Like Gettysburg is another good place.
Yeah, that's on my list too.
I want to go there too. Yeah.
I've been there, and like I'll tell you, like we went because my dad took me whenever I was when I was younger. Like it was me, him, and his boss. We went up there just to see it. And what's really interesting is they have, I don't know if they have it now, but they had this bus, like a double decker bus, and the top part was open, and they give you a set of headphones and a seat that you could put on, and it'll play an audio recording, and they'll take you from start to finish the way the battle happened, which is really cool. Like it'll play an audio program as you're going through, and it'll tell you like it'll give you like narrators, like they'll use different voices to tell which parts of the battle happened.
Mm-hmm.
And what was so interesting is at the end they naturally end at where General Lee makes his last stand. And that field alone is separated by the road and 2 fences. And the one thing that I could not help to understand, or just I could not help to think, was these men, they knew they were going to die,
Mm-hmm.
but yet they did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the fence line itself was like Hell's Kitchen, because
Yeah.
there were so many bodies just laid across there.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and what was interesting is they have a museum there, and I found out that when I was 10 years old, 10 to 12 years old, well, I was about 10 to 14, I can't remember exactly when, but my size then, I could actually fit in an actual modern, like I could actually fit in one of their uniforms, which was interesting. They said the average person was like 5'8"
Mm-hmm.
Short.
during
Yeah.
that time. So you could imagine like what Abraham Lincoln was to them
Lurch.
during that time. Massive,
Mm-hmm.
and they had muskets and stuff like that have been there. And what was so crazy is that you would see the muskets that had been, like, they would shove. The way they load it is, you put the gunpowder in first, then the swab, then the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and then you cock you put a little bit in the pan and hit the cocking hammer to fire. Well, a lot of these guys would get so nervous that they would sit there and pack like 2 or 3 bullets at a time.
Yeah.
And as soon as they hit the trigger, it exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see like the barrel just peeled back because it exploded, because they were so nervous. So that tells you the energies that place soaked in.
Yeah. I mean, you got 5 people shooting at you before you can even get your barrel packed. I mean,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and they didn't shoot that far. I mean, those ranges on those guns went like 10, 15 feet. So you had to be close to even get a good shot at somebody. So it was just crazy.
Well, they said that
Yeah.
Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like those weapons were smooth bore.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you an idea, they didn't have any rifling inside the barrel. So where you shot was not guaranteed of where that ball was going to go.
Yeah.
And they said the deadliest bullet was the mini ball.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they had it, it was shaped like a diamond, almost, kind of like that, with a flat surface and then a pointed end. And the way they said it is because when it hit and went through, it would just go through and just destroy anything in its path.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like that place, like we also did the ghost tour there, and I remember physically there was this one house that was right in the center, and it had a window pane. It had panes of like 8 windows on one side of the house, and this was back when they had those digital cameras. You would take the picture and then see it on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
So they would take the picture, and I remember seeing this. One person took a picture of that, and somebody was looking over the shoulder, and they was like, "Whoa, what is that?" And they looked, and sure enough, you could see a face in every single window of that side of the house.
Everybody wanted to look outside.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to see that evidence.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, some of them, like, I remember one ghost team, I think it was Ghost Lab. If you remember that show years ago, it was on Discovery. but
Oh,
they
really?
were known to have actually caught a full-on platoon of soldiers marching on camera in Gettysburg.
Um,
Is that the one that been debunked?
I don't know if it was debunked or not, but I do know that this woman had said about she was walking down the road with her husband one day, and then there's train tracks underneath. They were walking over a bridge, and they couldn't help to hear somebody yelling help. They couldn't figure out what it was, and they looked over. This woman looked over down in the train tracks, and they seen someone laying there on the train tracks yelling for help. And she's like, well, okay, I'll go get help. Just stay there. And next thing you know, when she comes back with help, they're gone.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think it would be amazing to just, I mean, you can definitely tell it's definitely hollow ground for sure.
Did they lock that lady up in a crazy house?
I don't know. But it said there's this one house where I forget what her name is, but her body was taken down into the basement of the house when she was killed. There's a legend that if you're a newly married couple, and the story goes that there was a Confederate sniper up in the bell tower trying to sight in his scope, and what he used was the doorknob on that house. And he had accidentally pulled the trigger, and when it did, it actually shot through, went through the back kitchen, and hit her right in the back and killed her instantly. But the legend has it that if you're a newly married couple and you take your fiance and she puts her ring finger in the hole of the door, it will bless your marriage.
I've seen.
Okay, how newly married are we talking about here?
I don't know. That's just what they told. That's just what the legend. That's just what the legend implies.
Probably
I've
there
never
on your
seen that
honeymoon.
on something
Oh,
on a
man.
show or something. Somebody was talking about that with the bullet hole in the wall.
It wasn't in the wall. It was actually in the door.
Yeah, that if the woman puts her ring finger in there, that it did bless them. I don't remember where I seen that at.
I don't remember either, but that's just one of the legends that they put out. But yeah, that place it's definitely worth it to go.
I'm definitely gonna go check that out and have my wife put her ring finger through there.
I put a question over
That's
there in
crazy.
private chat.
I just answered you.
I see that.
I don't know if anybody else can see it. I think they can. Maybe.
Oh. Who has Bobby Michelle around him?
Bobby Mitchell. I can't spell the last name.
Did you say Bobby Mitchell?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's my well, it's on my grandmother's side.
Oh, okay.
Are they saying anything or anything?
Yeah, he's just been kind of interjecting in conversation for a while, and he's like, "Let him know that Bobby Mitchell is here." And I'm like, "Okay." Okay.
It's actually I call her my favorite great aunt. She's passed now, but that's the family she married into was the Mitchell family. And if I'm correct, I think that's maybe her husband, or because I mean he passed away I think before I was born or when I was younger.
Okay.
And they've recently had some deaths in that side of the family.
Oh, okay. Well, he's hanging around with you wherever he is over there.
That's cool.
And welcome to our veil.
Right. I didn't want to interject. I've been sitting here listening, and I'm like, okay, I guess I will.
Right.
It's I don't know. It's very I don't know. I've never had this happen. I'm actually speechless right now.
Actually, I'll go ahead and tell you. He said, remember the truck, the little trucks.
Wait a minute. What, the little trucks?
Yeah, the little trucks.
Okay.
Okay. He
I
just
think I know
wanted,
what he's talking. I think I know what he's talking about.
okay. He wanted to make sure that you knew about, to know him. He said, remember the little trucks. I don't know what it is about the little trucks, but okay. Welcome to my world. Anyway.
That's what I said. Welcome to our veil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this an older spirit or a younger spirit?
He sounds older to me.
Okay.
And I made the whole stream just go quiet. Sorry.
Well, I'm still trying to process this.
I just
Sorry.
I don't want to interrupt.
Go ahead and interrupt because I'm still trying to process it.
See, if I know anything, I'll give you a last name. It's just,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, at first, when you said that, I read it and I was like, Bobby Michelle. I've never
that's Mitchell.
I
I
heard,
can't spell. I just
but when you said Mitchell, I was like, okay,
Yeah, that's
it's definitely
mind-boggling.
well, yeah, because I don't think I'm not for sure that I ever met him because, and if I did, it was when I was a little kid and I don't remember, but I know that he passed away either when I was very young or before me. I think it was before me. But
Yeah.
if he's little truck, I think growing up there was always this broken down little truck or two little trucks in the driveway. I don't know if those used to be his or what, but
oh, okay. See, I learned something. I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he thought maybe like little cars or something.
but like S10s or small V like trucks. But I don't know. When I remember like when that popped up in my head, I just remember that house where they were at, and like he was probably around there every time I was in his house talking with my great aunt Martha, and it just brings up that memory.
Mm-hmm.
I actually miss her, and always wanted to. Always went over there and we just chilled and talked for a long time.
Oh, he is around you there somewhere. I just thought I'll let you know.
Oh, we lost Corey.
Corey says I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, nope, I'm done.
It's getting too real. I'm bored.
Yeah, nope. About the message, like, where'd you go?
Yeah. See, sometimes I don't like bringing stuff up like that because I actually had someone get really upset with me one time, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I felt like I had to tell you. They wanted me to let you know, and so
Yeah. If so, I would definitely want to know for sure because actually that family's been on my mind a lot here lately, and like it still kind of weighs heavy on my mind. And the last death in the family was literally a week or two ago, and it was like unexpected,
Hmm.
and I only went to the viewing for like 5 minutes. I walked in, paid my respects to him, looked at the pictures, and then like I just felt like I couldn't stay in there no more.
Hmm.
So I left and went home, and then I was gonna go to the funeral the next day, but I literally didn't have a way there uh, due to people having to need vehicles for work, and they couldn't miss work and go. And my grandma, uh, I think she didn't go because of like she's kind of sick right now,
Hmm.
and she don't like possibly get sicker from being out and about.
Right. Well, he might be around too, letting you know that that's all okay. That you know, yeah.
I
I'm
mean, it's
yeah.
I mean if that's I feel a little weight off my shoulders, but
I feel real awkward.
no, you're fine. I'm just still processing this, uh, and I guess his spirit is is the one that's been left behind on this world, or he's communicating to me
I
from up above or something. But
Yeah, I think he's just has come around to check, make sure everybody is okay. That's the feeling I get, and as long as he knows everybody's going to be okay, then he's okay. He just wanted you to know. That's why he kept interjecting whenever we were talking. He was trying to make sure that I guess I could understand him. Or, hey, I'm right here, but he just wants to make sure everybody's okay.
Mhm.
now this might, uh, it's I don't know if it's her husband or a son. Um, uh, but when you said the last name, my mind just been boggled, and I'm still
Hmm.
at all processing it. But as soon as I get off here, or maybe down the line, like a day from now, it's probably all going to hit me,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, maybe even, I mean, privately with yourself, it's, have a talk with him or something. Sometimes that's what we have to do.
For sure.
Jack said you should see her in person in action. Talk about Vale.
Yeah, I'll stop somebody in Walmart. Hey, lady.
Do you ever? Well, uh, never mind. I'm gonna retract that because I feel I already know the answer due to the vibe and the energy I get off you. You wouldn't want to walk around and film yourself doing that out of respect for others.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes, I hold back. I mean, if a spirit is persistent and then, I'm like, just like now, okay, I guess I'll just open my mouth and hope people don't take it the wrong way. But sometimes I just have to say what they need said. And sometimes it's not good, especially if there's like a feud going on or something, and they're like, they just came back to say their piece and it's very not nice piece. But it does help them to move on that they got what they need to say out. But it was nothing like that. But I have had it happen. It's like, I'm not telling them that.
Told you, Vale's amazing.
Fail is complicated.
I think it keeps scaring Corey because he keeps leaving.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out. I wonder if he ever gave that knife to whoever.
He said he's having problems with the internet.
Yeah.
He keeps kicking him off.
Yeah. He's the one I found the knife in the wall, right? And the spirit wanted it back. I was telling him about.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I remember you asked if they ever did something, and he said not yet.
Yeah. Do something before he gets mad. But yeah, I like to try to help my spirits. I like to help people.
Yeah, I understand.
Especially if a spirit really needs something. You know, I've ran onto a couple live feeds. We were over on, not to drop channels again, but Sinister and Geno. They were doing a little session in a room that they were having problems with, I guess, in their house. But the guy in there apparently had been pacing back and forth because whenever they moved in, they had taken a chair out of that room and stuck it in another room. And I happened to walk in there and I'm watching him pace back and forth. You know, they're not in the room. And I get to see he's uneasy about something. And, you know, I mentally connect with him, get his name, which is Manny. And I was like, Manny wants his chair back. And Jenna and Sinister didn't know anything about me knowing about this chair. And she's like, what chair? I was like, it's the one that's got the wood sides on it. It's got the padding, he's telling me, in the back. They bring the chair back in there that was there whenever they originally moved in. He sat down in it, and their house has been peaceful ever since. I said, he just wanted his chair. Y'all took his chair.
Yeah, he just wanted it back.
Yeah.
You helped Second Star Survivor with that one at where he works at too with the chair.
Yeah. What it is about chairs, I don't know. That they actually put the chair in his way, was it? I need to start writing these down. Yeah.
How about they moved it from one area and put it in front of a window or something, and he didn't like it there?
Yeah, it was under the stairs, and he wanted it back next to the window, I guess, to watch.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, you know how older men are. They got specific spots that they like, and they like to sit in. You know, they're like a Sheldon Cooper. That's my spot.
Yeah,
Don't mess with my chair.
I got one that just stands in the dining room. He don't want to sit down. He just stands there.
Yeah, like nope. That's my spot.
I'm like, dude, why don't you sit down somewhere?
Like
you're making me tired.
Yeah. Like you're just standing there. You're driving me crazy. Sit down.
Yeah, lurking.
You want some dinner?
Yeah, I have fed him a couple of times.
So Bill, you've been to Waverly Hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever pick up on a spirit there that was named Mary Lee?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I got. There's a couple guys I talked to up on the third floor. Of course, they was a little, I don't know, angry. There was a younger nurse that I talked to that was down in the main lobby, and pretty much just the energy in the chute. But there's not too many spirits that I ran into that I could really recall by name. That's why I said I need a book, because my memory's bad trying to remember all these people. But
the reason why I asked this is because they found a picture. Well, the paranormal experience. Somebody took a picture, and there was a apparition in the picture, and it looked like a picture that they found at Waverly Hills of a girl, and it was signed behind it, Mary Lee.
oh wow.
And they gave that ghost the name Mary Lee, and I'm thinking that picture just could have been somebody's granddaughter sending a picture of them with the name sign on it, or it could have been a doctor's girlfriend or daughter or something. It could have been their picture.
Yeah.
But
I could take the picture and hold it, and yeah, this is who it belongs to.
I'm trying to. Here we go. I've been trying to find this picture, but it's got. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera. That's the picture that they found, and it's beside. This is the picture that they took, and that's the ghost, and that's the picture with Mary Lee. And they say they look alike. To me, they got similarities, but they don't look exactly alike. So that's why I was thinking it could be somebody's granddaughter,
Yeah,
and that sent them the picture. But who knows?
never know.
Until the spirit speaks out and says, we won't know unless they find documents.
Hmm. Yeah, because being sick in there, they didn't have family that came over. They could have sent a picture of, family members to make them feel better. You never know.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm very interested in Waverly Hills and the history of it. And when I uh, found out about the Mary Lee situation, I'm very interested in it and want to know, who Mary Lee is. Hopefully they find the documents of who she was one day.
I'll walk in there. Who's Mary Lee?
Yeah. Like, tell me.
Don't tell me the Avon lady either.
We don't want to speak with Mary Kate. We want Mary Lee.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do Pinhurst too, but I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I mean, all those kids. I mean,
Yeah.
I might have to walk out. I don't know. I'll handle it how I handle it. I mean,
Borrow their Boo Bear.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I get over emotional sometimes too.
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
I can't wait to do Pinhurst.
Man, I just can't wait to do a spot that is of that nature, as far as Pinhurst, Waverly Hills, Poppy Mackey's. I think was it Virginia, the prison where it's upside down cross. But all these famous places and very well known places, I just can't wait to investigate any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
me and Vale and a bunch of us actually did Moundsville, West Virginia State Penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
was that the one that was upside down cross? There's one that they built pretty much to be an upside down cross.
Yeah, the Moundsville is not shaped as a cross. I don't believe so.
I don't think there was.
Jack said Mary Lee, wasn't she the nurse that hung herself? I think it was.
They actually that they don't. I don't think they even know the nurse's name, but they don't have any evidence to the name of Mary Lee linking to any specific spirit there or person there with their records.
That just gives me somebody to look into.
Right.
I like going anywhere. It don't have to be a big haunt because I learned so much from the spirits. Just residential or somebody's farm. You'd be surprised what's there.
I like going anywhere just to do an investigation.
Yeah, I like to try to pop up communication in random places to see if there's any spirits there and communicate with them. But also back with Mary Lee, they just call a female ghost spirit there, whether it's a nurse or that hung herself or the one that jumped off the roof. They just call them Mary Lee. I don't think it's any specific one, and they can't really pinpoint that name to any specific ghost there yet. But they say that that girl's picture looks like the picture of that figure. I don't know. I'm kind of on a mission of being a detective to see who Mary Lee is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I can do that.
I also want to do Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary.
Now, which one is that? Is that Trans Allegheny?
Brushy Mountain.
You can call me a basic paranormal investigator, but I want to check out the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that too.
I mean, the history of it to now, I feel like there's a opening to hell there for sure, and it keeps feeding into it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention that host. It's on Skid Row, and a lot of things happen on Skid Row.
Yeah, a lot.
I feel like maybe that whole or part of that Skid Row is opening to hell or something, and Cecil's right there.
Yeah. Well, it's like the one in Boston too that they made the movie 1408 from. They actually took the room and made it into a janitor's closet because nobody could stay in it.
I also want to go to the Stanley Hotel.
Yeah, and the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to book a night on the Queen Elizabeth.
Was it B340?
Yep.
Why not just take a cruise on the Titanic too?
Because I want to come back.
Don't they have pieces on the Titanic too? Like not built in, but like inside, like a museum or something inside the place of the old Titanic.
Yeah, but I hear it's like wicked expensive. I mean, they're going by the prices that it was back then into our prices now. So your steerage prices, which is, the lower class, which where I would be, is like $400. And then your big state rooms are up into thousands, like $3,000-$4,000.
That's too much.
I'm good for that.
It's ridiculous. I was looking at the prices on that. I was like, wow. And they haven't even said when they're setting sail or if it's finished yet.
There better be gold toilets and everything.
Tool better be gold.
There's the most I've ever spent on a room was like $250, and it was very spacious and it was well worth it. But if we're talking thousands of dollars, there better be gold toilets, gold everything. There's.
Maria said, "Would you ever go to Zach's Haunted Museum?"
I would go to Ed and Lorraine's first.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
I'm not gonna say I would go to either of them first. I would definitely want to go to both of them, and however which one first falls out through is the one I'm gonna be going to.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, Ed and Lorraine Warren's museum would have to check that out. I want to see Annabelle, and then Zach's. I definitely have to see his, and I want to try to see if I can go there several days to see if I can capture somebody having a experience there, like somebody passing out or something, and hopefully they're still okay.
But yeah, I think I'd go to Ed and Lorraine's first.
Yeah, one it'd be closer, but I think the only thing Zach really has that I'd be interested in would be the rocking chair and the box, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got a couple things that, and was it Peggy the doll? Then he has that doctor's vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the van.
Yeah.
Dr. Korvokian or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Dr. Death.
That's okay. That's where that name's from. I was talking about haunted place or something the other day. I don't know if it was in one of my podcasts or to my wife, and I was like, Dr. Kevorkian. Why do I want to say that name? I was like, that's not even the name that's written down here. But that's where that name comes from. I forgot Doctor Who, Dr. Kevorkian.
Underworld wants to see John Saffis Museum.
I like to see that too.
Mhm.
Marissa, do you guys know Kennedy? She's in the fam. I don't know her. What's that? I don't know who that is.
Who is who?
Kennedy.
Kennedy. She's supposed to be in our paranormal family or our family we have, but I've never seen her. I don't know who she is.
I had to look. There's so many people.
Jack said he was. Jack said I was there. I felt sick watching that live last night. I guess I missed something.
I guess I did too. I went to sleep.
Who's live?
That's what I'm trying to figure. I guess it's Kennedy, whoever Kennedy is. She said she can't remember her YouTube name. I might know her by her YouTube name, but I don't know her by Kennedy.
And where were they live at?
On YouTube.
Well, like what place were they live from?
Oh, I don't know.
Is this person still in the chat? Two names.
It's Maria saying it.
Nubs.
Isn't Nubs live?
I missed it. I know Nubs.
I missed it.
Where were they at?
It was Nubs live. He was at his house, I guess.
Who's Nubs?
It's YouTube's name's Adventure with Nubs.
Okay.
Kennedy is the darkest sky is in my mind.
I'm new to this community right here, so I don't know.
I kind of
anybody.
That YouTube name sounds familiar.
But Dubs.
Nubs, N-U-B-S or
Nubs.
N-U-B-Z,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, he's missing a few fingers, and they all call him
He's only got
Nubs.
7 fingers. Nubby Nub.
Yeah.
Yes, his house, but Kennedy, yes, that's her. So yeah, it was at his house. So
Pardon.
I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch this live stream now.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna have to check it out too. Tell us what happened in the chat. Who's talking about? Is it Maria?
Yeah. Well, Jack
Tell
said
us
he
more,
was there
Maria.
too.
I'm very interested. What happened?
Apparently, we're about to find out.
It's going to be a very lengthy comment. A novel.
She went to Zach's and got possessed.
Somebody got possessed.
Yeah, she went to Zach's. Yes, I know who our haunted lives is.
So she went to Zach Baggins' museum with her boyfriend and his friend, and they apparently touched the Dybbuk box.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this is very exciting information, but at the same time, it's very saddening information. Somebody got possessed.
Yeah.
Are they okay?
There's something wrong with that box. I mean, that guy who made up that poem, that his mother had it, I guess. Yeah, it was weird. I was watching that documentary on the box. Tobin says, I went up on panel to get help for Kennedy. He was brought to tears. Yeah, stay away from the box.
Hopefully they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched that little episode Zach did on his show about him was supposed to open the divot box, but then he didn't.
He did.
He did open it.
Yeah. Wait, hold on now. Was this where they did the quarantine?
No, this was way before that when he first got the divot box.
Oh.
He was supposed to open it, and he backed out. He said he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, I would suggest the best thing to do, and this is just from me and what I do personally, is to get you some sea salt and use you a whole bunch of it in your bathtub and wash from head to toe. Get all that.
She's okay.
Get all that negative energy off.
Yeah, definitely.
But make sure you moisturize right after.
Yeah, that's true. Because I take baths with Epsom salt sometimes, and my skin gets dry.
Are you talking about the episode where he first got the divot box?
Yeah.
Yeah, they opened it, I thought. And they had a priest or something to put it back in.
I don't know. I haven't.
I'm not for sure. There's so much. He's done so much with that box now. But I know he's eventually has opened it.
Yeah, I recorded it and put it on my YouTube channel. Of him supposed to open it.
Rename it Hensley's divot box. So.
Yeah, right.
Tell you what, I'll hand you William, and you just go ahead and do it.
No, I don't want William.
I'm going to sit him in your lap one night, and you're just going to sit there and hold him. Aww.
She's got a haunted doll that actually moves and looks at you and everything.
Like you see it moving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You see it moving.
Oh, that's creepy. If I see one of my dolls move, I'm like, physically, I'm out. Or I'm throwing it out.
It'll sit there and turn its head and stare right at you.
Yeah. I keep him in a box in the garage because I don't want to put him in the house because he watches me walk back and forth, which is creepy enough as it is. But
no.
Yeah.
That doll's got to go.
Like she put him on a live panel one time, and I was saying something, and you watched it. Like I was in the corner, and it looked straight at me like, I was like, nah.
His little head just moves around.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We got a doll that likes to move around, but we never see it physically move or it look at us.
I'll have to introduce you to William sometime.
Yeah. William's crazy.
So is your was this live? Is it up on your channel?
What, this live?
No, the live where she did with the doll.
It was her channel.
That's what I'm saying. Is it up on her channel still?
Do I have one with William? I know I've been on several people's channels.
I don't know if was it your channel or
Outlaws, mine. I don't know. It
might have been Ripley's.
I've had him on a couple channels because I have to watch because he gets mad if he gets back in his box, and he literally burnt up my DVR system one time because he couldn't be where he wanted to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it might have been Ripley's Destination Afterlife channel.
I'm looking at mine through my videos and see if I have him.
See, I'm very intrigued with haunted dolls. I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of different opinions when it comes to haunted dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And I know history dates back, like far back in history with haunted dolls, where some religions or some tribes wouldn't allow dolls in their tribe because it haunts, or they had these dolls for certain spirits, or hold on. I might keep talking. I might find it because I think I got it out of Zach Bagan's book.
Okay, I'm looking through here and see if I find one.
Jack said I don't trust William. Sorry.
He held William. He's all right.
I want to go see Robert the doll. Definitely won't disrespect him, but I would be very respectful. Same with Annabelle.
Yeah, I don't think I want to touch Annabelle though.
That's where he blowed up my DVR. So,
Or never mind. It might be in this book. I remember where it was from. Well, not exactly, but it was from a video I was watching, and they was talking like history of different places. But it actually, I forgot like this one like group of people in Mexico, if they want to let their somebody in their family spirit still live here on Earth,
mhm.
they somehow got them attached to that doll or something. They went to a certain person, like a witch or something. But like I've haunted dolls, there's stories dating back ancient. That's like the Amish. The Amish won't let their children have dolls with faces on them.
Yeah.
Raven images.
And I think this there's man history of some form of group of people in the past where the dolls had to be faceless to be inhabited.
Mhm.
They couldn't have a face on them.
That's crazy.
This is one thing I definitely. There's a lot of paranormal history and things. Over time, it's hard to keep what is what, and you have to refresh on it before you talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot gets forgot.
I'm still here. I'm kind of looking through this one where I made Jax hold him. I think this is it.
Jack said he thinks Robert the doll is in Florida.
Yeah, it was Florida. Eugene, Robert Eugene, was the owner of the doll, and the owner called himself Eugene, so they called Robert the doll Robert. Do you know somebody takes care of Robert? They end up weighing him and doing tests on pieces of like Robert to make sure he's not like deteriorating.
Yeah, he's on this one. I'll put it over there in your private chat so you can check out William.
Definitely gonna have to check out William.
There.
And then I'll say,
Go to the private chat.
I did.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking
Oh.
Geeked Up.
okay. Please don't take me off live. Thank goodness. I thought it was about to take me off like earlier. You can even send me to a certain timestamp of the video.
Yeah, that's where I was.
See, I'm not that tech savvy. I didn't even know you can do that.
Yeah, it starts at 1919 actually.
The timestamp I'm at's at 48 minutes and something now. It's going 48:10, I think it was.
Go to 1919. That's whenever I bring him out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Then I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think you're blowing his mind here.
He's probably not gonna like William too much.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "No, you can keep that."
Like, nope. Like, are you bringing William with you?
Yeah, I have to bring him with me.
Because Blue said he thought you was leaving him at the house. I said, I don't think so.
No, I have to bring him with me. He's innocent enough as long as he stays in his protected little shoebox. And yeah, I don't think I'm bringing him into Ripley's house, but
Yeah.
yeah,
They got enough stuff going on.
with George and Dewey. And I don't think I showed you the picture that we caught of Dewey and Jax.
I don't think so.
Show that to you.
So how's Jax like his new job?
I think he starts Sunday.
Oh, he ain't started yet?
No, they was waiting on background checks.
Gotcha. He's back.
Looking at that dog going, yeah, I know.
I want to see his face expressions.
Yeah, I ran an EMF on him and it pegs out for a few minutes and sometimes it doesn't do anything. No, you don't start Sunday, okay?
Okay.
That doll looks creepy.
That's my William.
The eyes of it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
That's William.
And I feel like the eyes already moved slightly. Like when you moved it, it went off to the side. Like it didn't want to look at the camera.
Yeah, his eyes move by themselves just like a human's would, even though they're the kind of fixed eyes, and his head will move at whoever's talking or who he's looking at.
Y'all capture something on this video?
Such as we were just sitting talking, holding
Like
William.
it moved or
Yeah, he moves.
the eyes? Okay.
Every time you see me like touching his head and moving it back, it's because he has moved it back over.
Okay. All right, I'm done watching for now. I'm gonna have to watch this later.
Yeah.
Its eyes was moving. Nope.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
Or not right now. I'll do it tonight for sure. Probably as soon as I get off this podcast, pop it up on the TV and start watching it.
Yeah,
And just be so tuned into it.
and he looks so real. I mean, realistic. And I mean, if you have him in person, you're looking at him, he looks like a doll. But once you get him on camera, I don't know if it's what happens, but he just looks like a real child sitting there. And the spirit that is in him is actually like 20 years old. So,
Yeah. That's still creepy. But that's like, I mean, if I got a doll that did that, I probably wouldn't throw it away or whatnot. I'd probably put it behind a glass case until I know if it's bad or good, which I'm pretty sure. I think the vibe off of it is good.
he's good, but he has tantrums.
Yeah, he has his
like
moments.
a kid. Yeah. Like,
Like,
you know,
just looking at him and the vibe that I get from looking at him and how you talk about him, that's what I'm sensing.
Jack said chicken.
But I feel like that glass case I'd put him in is when he's acting up,
Hmm.
but then it might make it worse. So I probably won't do that. But if I had a doll that did like what it does when it moves and stuff like that and interacts and is not bad at all, I'd probably try to investigate every day.
Yeah.
Like that would be my daily thing.
And with him, I mean, I try to be that way with him, but the more interaction he gets, he likes it too much. So whenever he knows, what you've got to go back to your box or you've got to go to your place where you're at, he's like, no, I want that attention. And next thing you have blown lights in your house or piece of equipment gets tore up or, you know, he has his moments. So I just keep my distance with him. I mean, I'll bring him up and say, hey, you've been good. We're coming up on live stream tonight. If you want to look at people. And after this, you have to go back to your box.
Yeah. Oh, there went my camera again. I don't understand this camera. I've been turning my like stream camera on and off to like if you see me go like this, it's because my camera's doing whatever it's doing right now. It won't stay just on the video for some reason.
Somebody trying to get your attention.
Maybe I don't know. I didn't do this last time I used this camera to stream.
I won't freak him out for any more of the evening.
No, you ain't gonna freak me out. It's just like it excites me. Like I'm very like my name says geeked up paranormal. When it comes to paranormal, I'm super geeked about it.
Like she said, I already did enough.
Like this whole podcast has been what 2-3 hours. I thought it's been only 30 minutes. My wife's like,
3 hours.
you still on there? And I was like, yeah. She's like, dang, it's 3 hours. It's like, oh really? I thought it was only 30 minutes.
That's how it is, though.
It's like the other night. I don't know what it was, but I just turned on Discovery Plus that I just got, and I went through a whole bunch of episodes of different paranormal TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like I started at I'm gonna say one something. Next thing I know, it was 6 in the morning.
Oh, I do that every night.
I was like, holy cow!
Oh, it's like my day's right.
Yeah, that's why I don't wake up till like noon, 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. That's my wake up time. Everybody's like, where you been? You missed like 2 of my live streams. I'm like, I was asleep. They're like, at 10 o'clock? Well, yeah.
Some days that's my go to bed time.
Yeah, Jack said maybe it's a spirit affecting your camera.
Yeah, see? I'm not the only one thinking that. He's like, turn that off. I got to talk to you.
Well, they have plenty of time that they could talk to me after this. And if I die, they would still have time to talk to me.
Yeah, I call Vale and Jack's the new Ed and Lorraine Warren.
That's a big shoes to fill right there.
Yeah, but y'all are like that it couple.
But he runs off and leaves me. Which I left him in J Block too, all by himself.
Like Jax, you gotta stop leaving her in J Block.
I just walked off later. I don't even remember walking off. That's the thing, though. I never walked in there, and that was it.
That's what he said. I didn't leave you. You left me.
Yeah. I mean, that look that I gave him when I'm, crouched down doing something with the camera, the light. I don't know what I was doing, but I just looked up, and you could tell it was not my face. It was just weird. And I just gave him, I wish you would die look.
Yeah, he said, yes, yeah, you did, and then blame me for it.
And Becky left you too. She's like, I'm out.
Yeah. She's like, I'm going wherever mom goes.
Yeah, she may not want to follow me sometimes. Y'all should have doused me with some holy water or something. Jeez.
I don't know if anybody had any.
I think Ripley said she had some.
Oh yeah, she did because she used it on Boots in the Sugar Shack.
Yeah, just left me hanging.
Like she dumped a lot of her on Boots' back. He said, I left my underwears was soaking wet.
You need a bless, not a bath. But
Yeah. She was just dumping like
little dab will do ya.
Imagine if he was actually like a little bit further in possession of that attachment and all that water just third-degree burned him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that time he just got scratched. But it was after somebody was provoking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we do when we go investigate. We don't provoke.
No.
And this guy just happened to be doing it. And then
Let's just say I will never provoke them. And if I start provoking them, hopefully somebody says something to me because that's not me.
Oh yeah,
I won't. I always show my respect, even if it ain't showing respect to me.
Yep, that's how we are, and we let people know, like, we don't do that shit here.
Yeah, Jack.
When I got did it down in the Sugar Shack, boy, Ripley got mad. She was cussing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jack said he was roaming around. I mean, yeah, that cell block, you can only go one direction and out. And he was like, kept running around lost down there. I was like, all you had to do was follow the cord. And Ripley, they didn't know how long they were down the Sugar Shack. She said she thought she was down there like 30 minutes. They were down there, what, 2 hours?
2 hours, yeah. We was down there 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it felt like only 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that weird?
Yeah, because that's the same time Boots got scratched. It was when we was down there for that 2 hours.
I honestly think you can walk into a place in this world. You're in the same dimension, but that part of this dimension is a lot slower or faster, depending on how it works. Where if you're in there, you feel like it's 5 minutes, but it's been 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how prison feels anyway. I mean, you feel like, just eternity keeps going on. And I imagine that slow pace has embedded itself in there. Just lose time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on investigations and I'm like, okay, well, I got 8 hours here, and they fly by quick. Like, damn, my 8 hours is up already?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even do half of this building.
Yeah.
That was like when I was at Hell's Gate with my friends. We was only supposed to be there for 2 hours, and we was there for 6 when we left. And I was like, oh, what happened?
Now, which Hell's Gate did you do? I know there's one over here in Missouri.
There's one here in Hardin County, Kentucky.
Okay.
They called it Hell's Gates because there was an iron fence all the way around it. But the actual cemetery is called Casey Cemetery, and the gate is no longer. The gate's been taken down. The only thing that goes around it is a barbed wire fence because it's farmland that surrounds it.
Yeah, there's one
in hollers and valleys.
There's one in Illinois I've looked at for years, and now you have to have a relative that's actually buried in that cemetery before they even let you go in there. But it's supposed to be so steeped with energy that the trees on the inside of the cemetery are dead. The grass is all dead, but there's like green grass all around it. And they call it Cemetery X. But they will not let you in there unless you have a relative. They say it's really bad.
like paranormal activities, why they're not letting people in unless you have a relative,
Right.
or people messing with stuff.
No, paranormal activity. They said that, a lot of people have went in there and, they come out with broken bones. They've, had deep scratches. One guy actually left there and couldn't see for a couple days. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go there.
I'm getting mixed feelings on this place. Like, I want to go there, but I don't want to go there for my safety.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I'd rather go and experience this.
If I can find you a photo of it.
I would like to
Sure I
go,
can.
but I don't want to come out with no broken bones or can't see for 2 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I got mixed feelings on this place. Like, I feel like I don't want to go for sure because I feel like something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather go and do it and say I did it. Like, I got to check out every place once, at least, and then from there, I'm not going there. I'm going there.
Well, it seems like Google's even took down all the old photos that I was looking at.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I was going to show you the one where the trees are like all dead on the inside and they're green on the outside. That's weird that they're even taken down off here.
Damn it, we lost a lot of viewers.
Yeah, I'm trying to
What happened?
get it back out here.
Yeah, so we only got one viewer now. It's probably Jax.
One viewer is one viewer.
Oh, I know.
Come back.
Why'd you leave?
So the reason I'm also retweeting this out now is because second shift's getting off. Third shift's just going in, and people that are off around this time of night that stays up, or the third shift people that are off this night that are staying up. Hopefully tweet it out there, Facebook it out there, and they see it and come in.
Mm-hmm.
How long are you going to hang out?
How long ever y'all let me.
Oh yeah, I usually do 2 hours, but if I keep getting people coming in, then I stay longer.
Yeah. I like sitting around and telling stories and talking. Like sitting around a campfire.
I mean, I'll stay as long as everybody else wants to stay.
I'm staying until y'all want to go. Unless something happens, then that's a different story. Then I would have to go.
They renamed it. That probably helped.
What, rename this podcast?
No, they named the cemetery.
Yeah, they. That's one thing I've noticed too about places that are super haunted. They rename it to try to hide the history of it, or if something bad's really happened there, they had it to try change the name to hide the history of it, which I think is, I don't know, blows my mind.
My co-host kind of disappeared.
Yeah. What happened with that?
Co-host
says
said,
internet's messing up.
Haley's here.
It's renowned as the Anderson Cemetery in Illinois.
Okay.
Graveyard X.
Hey, Haley.
Hey, Haley.
Hello. I've mainly worked third shift and second shift. The whole life of me working. So I know I have a lot of friends on here that are off right now. Right.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. So yeah, that's all I work is second shift.
I prefer third, but if they only have second, I'll take it. Excuse me.
I'll just tweet it back out too, so see if we get people come in.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I can do first shift ever because if I wake up that early, like I would get no sleep at all. I feel like say I gotta be there at 6 in the morning. I'll probably pass out 3 in the morning, wake up at 4 to start getting ready for work.
I can't wake up to do a first shift job.
And I'd rather just stay up instead of go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get that 2 hours of sleep, you're like, man, I ain't gonna be able to work all night.
Yeah.
Hey, David, you're still here.
I just tricked myself. I still have that video of
The doll.
yeah, that y'all sent me up, and it's next to this podcast feed. And I clicked on the dolls video, and I was like, "Wait, hold on." 170. I thought it said 172 watching, but it says views. I was like, that jumped up dramatically.
I don't think I've ever had a live stream that go that high.
Right, you will in the future. You will in the future.
Yeah.
You gotta speak it out into existence.
This podcast channel we just started like a couple months ago, I think, maybe a month ago.
And you're still doing it. You know? They didn't build Rome in a day.
Nope.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa didn't, start leaning in a day.
Haley, thanks for sharing it out. Appreciate it. But yeah, Val is awesome. Like, you actually got to meet her in person.
I mean, she seems very cool, calming, collective.
She's amazing with her gift too.
Very positive with energy and very respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows what she talks about.
Yep, definitely. Like I send her videos and DM like, hey, do you see anything here? And she'll send me back with a little highlighted area, like, yeah, I see this person here.
Yeah. You notice there's a lot of I know this is different type of paranormal, but a lot of UFO sightings are ramping up here lately.
Yeah, I see that a lot. Like I watch Travel Channel and Discovery Channel all the time.
Yeah.
History Channel.
I'm watching. I watch pretty much like news channels talking about it. Paranormal podcasts continually talking about it, and a lot. There's this I think it's paranormal news or something on Twitter. I follow, but they're constantly posting UFO sighting after UFO sighting, and I feel like it's because more people have more time off.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's that much UFOs, like there's definitely aliens in contact with humans. There's no way.
Yeah. See, I'm the type of person though. I kind of believe it, but then I don't believe it unless I actually see it for myself. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm the same way,
You
but
know,
there's
there's so
just
so
certain,
many ways you can fake stuff right now. It's hard to tell what's true and what's not.
yeah, and the fakers are giving the real people that are trying to get evidence and learn and do research a bad name.
Hmm. Yep, we've been talking about that for a while now. About how these fake paranormal investigators.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of famous fakes out there.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's like this one lady just got called out all over social media for being a fake. She told a mother that her daughter was dead, and the mom passed away 2 years later, and then they found the mother, or not the mother, the daughter alive 7 years later.
Wow.
And I mean, if I was a medium and they didn't find the body and that spirit survived, I'm not going to tell that person.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Because her telling her daughter dead probably what killed her mom.
I'll tell, I'll like if I was me, I would talk with the spirit, like, hey, where's your body or whatnot, so we could, you know, get it located through the cops or the
Give the
right
mother
resources.
give the mother some closure.
Yeah,
What I miss?
but I also think that you know, maybe that spirit of that daughter, she was having an out of body experience, and that spirit came and talked to that medium. Who knows? I don't know.
Hmm. Oh, we're talking about how people like your fake stuff
Oh, yeah. That gets on my
and
last list.
how it gives those real paranormal investigators bad names.
Hmm.
I have a question for you, Vel.
Hmm.
If a spirit comes to you and their body is not found yet, would you let that family know?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
I would even have the spirit like show me where it is if they can.
See,
Yeah.
I would think I would try to do that first, get the body located or whatnot before I spoke with the family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I would really love to do. I mean, like full time. I would like to find these missing persons and stuff that, you
Dang it.
know, help the police with things. And
Oh
that,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you can prove stuff and you can talk to them, why not? I mean, just an extra tool. But some people just, they're not acceptive of it quite yet.
Yeah.
Um, there's so much evidence too out there that shows that this is real,
Hmm.
but you got skepticals or skeptics and people that are scientists are like, oh, it's fake. It's because of, like, and they try to rub it off with some BS.
Hmm.
But yet you got scientists out there that have literally found other dimensions, particles, you know, from other dimensions here in this dimension,
Hmm.
and they are dimensions that have like no time, reverse time, time slower, time's faster, and so on. Like, how do you know that that's not a portal
Hmm.
from somebody coming in and out of that dimension?
Right.
You know, you say all these scientific things that blows our minds that there is other things out there, but yet, you know, no spirit can come from that dimension, so on and so forth. How do they know that we don't go to another dimension when we pass on? They just want to, or that dimension that's connected to this world. It blows my mind how somebody can be so hateful or so hateful towards it.
Yeah. And that's sometimes why I don't say a lot, because even though, I can prove some things, I mean, but people just are so quick to disprove, even if you have the greatest of evidence. And it's just,
Yeah,
sometimes I wonder, well, why am I doing this for anyway?
Mm-hmm.
it's a hobby that's
Mhm.
very enjoyable, and you want to experience more and I guess get more knowledge of it.
Mhm. I help my spirit. I think somebody actually got mad because I said I was a psychiatrist to the spirits.
Well, if it's an intelligent spirit, I mean, I would think that they would still need, you know, someone to talk to and figure things out.
Hmm. And I get that a lot, I mean, can you tell this person this? Or, like the guy with the chair, can I have my chair back? And
Yeah.
if it makes them happier, I mean, it makes me happy.
Right.
Or like you said, solving, like somebody they know they were murdered or something. This is my body, and this is who done it, but how do you prove really who done it? I mean, yeah, they're telling me, but
Yeah.
just the closure for the family would be great for me.
Exactly.
I mean, what kind of brought all this up is there's this one medium that told this lady her daughter was passed away. Then 2 years later, the mother died. 7 years after that, the daughter was found alive.
Really. See, well, why give out fake information?
Right. And I think this person just, cause she ended up being famous, and I felt like she did it to be famous. Like, I don't know, I'm not going into this or putting my stuff on YouTube for
Hmm.
to be famous or get out there.
Hmm.
Like, I'm doing it to show people what evidence I've captured,
Right.
and that's like I always try to debunk something too,
Yeah.
Hmm.
because I don't want to put something out there saying it was this when it was something else.
Right.
But sometimes I do jump to conclusions faster than what I should have. But hopefully, I have corrected those as far as I know and still do in the future.
Yeah, I've actually screamed at the TV like I watch a football game, because you got people and they're saying that they're psychic mediums. Okay. For instance, we'll just take one I was watching the other night, and it was like a rock mound of buildings. Okay. The thatch roof is probably gone. Okay. So they're thinking it's like some big secret chamber. Anyway, you might know what I'm talking about here in a minute. But anyway, she was standing there and she's like, I just see rocks piled on top of rocks, and centuries of centuries built this place.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And I looked at
I
it and went,
literally just watched that last night.
I went, duh. That's how stuff is built. You get stuff put on top of stuff.
You wasn't the only one that was like that. Me and my wife was like that at the same time. Like, well, how else does it get built?
Yeah. And I've watched her on other shows, talking about the spirits and everything. And I'm looking at one that's standing right there that she's not even acknowledging. I'm thinking, okay, I'm done. I'm going to end up, choking my TV or something. But anyway.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why people want to fake stuff. I mean, obviously to be,
Entertainment. I mean, but I just sit
but
there and went, really?
Yeah.
people can call that out left and right, especially psychics or people in that actual field
Hmm.
of things. It blows my mind. then that's another thing I want to talk about with y'all, because there are a lot of fakes on YouTube
Hmm.
that I do know of, and I don't want to call them out and be hateful towards them, because I feel like that's not going to help me grow my channel and get
Hmm.
my evidence out there. But then again, I really don't want people to see me like, oh, he watches them, or oh, he's friends with them and they're fake, so he's fake.
Hmm.
Like, I, and I don't want to call people out because I don't want to hurt them or their business or their, anything that they do, because maybe they're doing it for entertainment purposes. Who knows?
Right.
And I don't want to get a lot of hate, because I feel like in the paranormal world, there is tons of people that are quick to hate on each other or somebody, or to dismiss evidence.
Hmm.
That's true.
And I try to tell people, you're just hurting the field and the spirits by faking stuff, because a lot of them are reaching out for help. I mean, if you have a certain gift, use that gift. Don't make yourself be more than what you are, because someone could use you just as well as they could use a medium. And
Yeah,
any place that you go, you probably need a medium. You probably need a psychic. I mean, you could use a sensitive. You could use everything to help you. I mean, each one of you have these terrific gifts. Don't make it more than what it is, because you could really help with what you do. It shouldn't matter, what the terminology. That's why I really hate putting terminology to what I do. But
yeah,
I mean, don't say you're a medium whenever you just feel like there's something there.
I understand that. I don't like using terminology a lot, and when I try to use it, I completely forget all about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I just tell people I do what I do. You all can terminology it for me.
Right.
and that's one thing. Like, when I try to describe something, yes, there's better words for it out there, and better known words in the paranormal world for it. And I say it wrong, or I don't know the word, but people get really mad,
Hmm.
and I'm like, why? What's the point? I might sound dumb, but I know what I'm talking about. I might not know the big words that y'all know, or I do know them, it just ain't coming to my mind at that time.
Right.
You gotta give me some time here. I'm from Kentucky.
Like, I don't know half of the big words either. Like, I mess up people's last names in the chat room. Like, hey, if I said it wrong, I'm sorry.
Right?
I do that a lot,
Like, please don't hate me.
What?
especially poor Dave, and I'm not talking about Vingman in there.
Oh yeah, Darius.
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
called him Doris. I used to call him Dorianus.
Like
Not.
when he first come around, I was calling him Doris too. He's like, I don't think that's his name.
I mean, you wouldn't be surprised really nowadays
No,
if that was his name.
His real name is Dave, but his YouTube name is Darius.
Yeah, they call me Veal, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So he's got one of them YouTube names that are like, I don't know how to say it. It's a big name that's always missaid, but I'm trying to figure out. Like, I know y'all just said that. I'm trying to figure out the way I'm meaning it to say it.
Well, it's like the South cats get called South Cox. Like, how do you get that? How do you get that name wrong?
Like Dumas.
We won't talk about Jax over
there. Yeah.
Sir, my name's Dumas. Not.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how, I mean, I mix up a lot of people's names. Like some people come in and I look at their name like, look, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, but welcome. If you have another name I can call you, please leave it in the chat. Because I don't know what that says.
I'm the same way.
Like, yeah, like I don't want to butcher your name, so give me something like a shorter name I could say.
Right.
Somewhere along the 12th grade level.
Yeah. Shit,
English 12th grade level.
Kindergarten language.
Alexa, turn fireplace off.
Somebody's got a fireplace hooked up to Alexa.
Yeah. You can buy a thing you can plug in the wall and attach it to it.
It's like you just get the smart plug.
A smart plug. Just what she said it's called.
I would hook Alexa up to my paranormal equipment. Alexa, turn on camera upstairs.
Yeah.
Like, oh my! So we have Alexa down where in the basement where we stay at, and it's always turning on, like listening, or
It'll randomly play a song.
It'll randomly play a song or pop up and start talking about something. We didn't say nothing, or we didn't say Alexa and anything.
Spirits want to listen to some music.
Hang on, girl.
I mean, I like all forms and types of music, but they turned it on something.
And they turned him off.
Yeah, right.
Alexa said, nope.
Yeah, Alexa's like, nope, you're done talking.
Oh, we could run while he's not here, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm about to shut it down anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Get everybody ready for bed around here.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting tired myself. Yeah. But thank you, Vale, for coming up. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. I didn't mean to freak him out, but
I think you freaked out Corey more. He left.
You're free. I'm done with her.
But I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming in the chat room.
See everybody over in chat later.
And we'll do another podcast next Saturday. I don't know who the guest is because it's hard finding them.
I'll come up here if I ain't doing nothing.
Get you and Jax to come up. Maybe Boots.
Yeah, we'll freak some people out.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
All right, see y'all later.
All right, later, guys.
Oh no. Sorry, Jax. I didn't mean to do that. Oh. I'm having problems here. Hey, Geeked Up, thank you for coming up, buddy. I appreciate it. We're going to shut down. We'll get with you guys some other time. And chat. And Jax, I am sorry. I didn't mean to block you. Don't hate me. I don't know how to unblock you. Hey, Nubs, thanks for coming in, but we're leaving. We're shutting it down for now, so. Jack, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to block you, buddy. I don't know how to unblock you. I feel like an ass. But I'm going to have to shut down, guys. Thank y'all for coming in. Come back next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next Squirrel and Hensley podcast. I don't know who our guest will be yet. Maybe be Vale. Maybe I can get Paranormal Underworld and Boots to come up. But I will let y'all know on Twitter. But thank y'all for coming in. On behalf of my co-host, Squirrel, that is not here. He had internet issues. We really do appreciate you guys coming on and enjoying with us. that being said, I love you guys.